Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. We are seconds away from our inflation report, core price inflation. It's just seconds away. We've got about 5 minutes, and we are covering this, and we're also going to recap on our earnings last night. Microsoft and Meta blowout earnings. What did I do? My latest trade. You can see my latest trade at the top. We've got a new look for Robinhood. Can you see right at the top? There is my Roth IRA, down 0.56. I'm still in that Coca-Cola trade. In fact, I bought some more this morning at a lower level, which is good. So I'm still in that trade. We haven't got out of it yet. Doesn't matter. If we stay in there for 3 weeks, we earn the $396 in dividends anyway. So whichever way round, we will win. But we are holding our position at the moment. So last night we had a fantastic earnings for Meta and Microsoft, and I'll show you the moment. You see how that went. See this here. This was during the FOMC report. It went down. I bought on my main account. Now I couldn't buy on the Roth IRA because I was still in the Coca-Cola trade. I was still in the Coca-Cola trade. So what I did was I actually bought on the main account with my margin to take advantage of that. And I bought big. I bought 20 shares, $10,000 of the S&P down at those levels. And that's why I had that massive recovery and massive gain. You can see it there, look, $2,000 overnight. So even though I was unable to take advantage of it in the Roth IRA, I took advantage of it in the main account. This is how you can always win. I'm going to adjust my screen slightly. In fact, I've just realized that doesn't make any difference. You put that back up there. Okay. Got a slight change in Robinhood's appearance this morning. They've moved things around. It's just gone live a few moments ago. So I'm wondering if I can just slide that around. I've got just a couple of seconds. I don't think I'm going to have time to do it now. But I wonder if I can just tweak this slightly. They've made a couple of adjustments during the night, and I don't think it's going to allow me to do it. No. It's only going to mess it up. It's only going to mess it up. They've done some adjustments. They don't call me. They don't ring me up and go, Martin, we're making some adjustments to Robinhood. What do you think about it? And I go, well, don't. Can you do it after my show? Yeah, I'm going to need to adjust that. I'll do it later. So anyway, we got just a couple of minutes ago before the inflation report. So last night we had a good earnings on Meta and Microsoft. It was a surprise to everybody, actually. Didn't expect it to blow off that much. So during that dip, during the FOMC report, I wanted to buy more of the S&P. So I bought, in fact, I'll show you so you can see on my main account. You can see what I did. I bought 20. I might have bought 25 shares, actually. Might have gone a bit mental. I do like using that phrase. Gone a bit mental. So there you go. July the 3rd, no, 20, there you go. I bought 20 shares of the S&P. So just 5, 10, 11,600. Quite a significant purchase, I think you'll agree. And that's why I'm up so much today. So even though I didn't get it on my Roth IRA, I got it on my main account. So either way. Now, the Coca-Cola deal, as you can see, is still out of the money. There's the Roth IRA. We're down on it. I bought more, though. I had a little bit of the S&P left. So I bought more on this further dip to reduce the average. But I'm happy because even if I don't go up, And the S&P will sell off now. It will trim from Microsoft and Meta. It always does. So I'll either be able to get out of this soon and then buy back, or it'll last 3 weeks and then I'll get the dividends anyway, which would be more than the gain I would have made if I'd stayed in at that level. Anyway, so always going to win. So there we go. 41 trades, 40 wins now. And we're going to hold that right there. So anyway, back to the main account. We've got 1.5 minutes to go before the inflation report. CNBC is on a break at the moment. We're waiting for the report. Thank you to Sensei for doing a great job. We will cover it in the newsletter in a moment about the inflation report, what it all means. If inflation goes down today, I would imagine Donald Trump is going to be rather annoyed that we didn't reduce rates, but we shall see. All right, everyone tap the like button. We've got 259 people watching. A lot more people are interested in the Fed, the FOMC report. They should be more interested in the inflation report because this is the real information. The FOMC report is a presentation of the real information, but unfortunately, these don't get the big numbers. It's kind of always the same. Earnings are more important than anything else. They don't get the big numbers. It's always the drama that gets the big numbers. But that's why we focus on what's important, whether it gets big numbers or not. That's how we can win as investors, always win. So, you know, whether you watch or don't, or whether you think it's entertaining or not, it doesn't matter. What's important is that we keep winning. You don't want to follow a channel that keeps losing money. I mean, what would be the point of that? Anyway, so smash the like button. How many people are watching? We've got nearly 300 and just 50 likes. Tap the like button. This is good information, whether it's exciting or not, it is. Anyway, let's get ready. We've got 15 seconds to go. We're about to bring you the inflation report any second now.
You aspire to change your family's life, and a lot of that is through sports. The locker room is one of the first places that you could find, striving toward one goal.
Okay, I'm waiting for it. Inflation report. Here we go. It's time for the inflation report. Is Donald Trump going to be furious this morning? Core PCE is 0.3, unchanged. Personal income from 0.2 is 0.3. That's good. We've got initial jobless claims from 224 down to 218. That's good. We've got good news on the market. Let's see how it's reported. Here we go.
With the breaking news of the morning, we have jobless claims, ECI, employment cost index, and personal income and spending. Let's start with income. Remember, last month we took
There's my defensive going up now.
-0.4%. That was weakest going back to the fall of 21. Rebounding up 0.3, a tenth better than expected, and that would comp to, well, April, we were up 0.7. Now, let's look at personal spending, up 0.3, a tenth light, but a nice reversal before any revisions from the -0.1. Up 0.3 would comp to March when it was also up 0.7. Let's look at real spending accounting for inflation, up 0.1 exactly as expected. Now let's get to the meat of the matter. PCE, okay, this is month over month, up 0.3 as expected, but that's still a couple of tenths warmer in the rearview mirror, up 0.3. That's the second highest of the year, even though it's the third month, meaning Jan and Feb were both up 0.4. Those are the high readings. This would be in second place, up 0.3. So it does comp to the beginning of the year. So even though it's gone up, we've been higher, but it's reversing a bit of a trend. Now let's look at the year-over-year numbers. 1/10 hotter. Both rear view mirror and windshield, that's 2.8. That is the highest reading of the year. It equals March of 24. To find a higher read, you're moving into, yes, the fall of 23 when it was 3%. And if we look at the core month over month on the PCE, up 0.3, exactly as expected. And that would be the warmest since February when we were up 0.5%. And finally, year-over-year core, in my opinion, the most important number, that's 2.8. Also, just like the other year-over-year number, it's a little warmer than expected. 2.8 would be the warmest since February when it was 2.9. Now, let's look at the employment cost index. We're expecting a number. This is the second quarter number. Up 0.8, comes in a tenth. would equal the second quarter of 24 to find a higher number here in the first quarter of 24 when it was 1%. Initial jobless claims, 218,000. Now that's a low number. We're expecting a number about 9,000 higher than that. 218,000 follows 217,000. These are awfully well-behaved numbers. And finally, continuing claims, another week above 1.9 million, 1,946,000, all congested. You know, I suspect that some upside pressure was there for some of the slightly hotter PCE numbers, but it also seems to be, to some extent, something to pay attention to, that the market did not really climb aggressively. We're up about a tenth, about 1 basis point in the 10-year at 434, but that's still down almost 3 basis points on the session. So even though these were a little warmer, once again, I always like to look at, there's both the trend direction of inflation, but there's also where we have been. And in every instance of higher than expected PCE, we have had higher numbers recently. Joe, back to you, buddy.
There we go. So let me break that down. The inflation prices, inflation is up. The Fed were right to hold rates, whether you're political or not, whether you like Trump or not, whether you don't or you do, whether you like the Fed. The Fed were right to hold their rates where they were because inflation is going up. What's good, though, the economy is strong. Now, how does this affect the market? Well, you can see we're up today nearly 1%. It's a great day. I'm only in the S&P 500, or 92% in the S&P 500. I've got a small amount of crypto, $17,000. It plays about 7 to 8% of my portfolio at the moment. It needs to be trimmed, and that's down. So if it wasn't for my crypto, I would actually be up over 1% today. Now, why this is important is because last night we had a fantastic blowout performance from Meta and Microsoft, and they don't care about rates being high for longer. Why? Because they earn money on the piles of cash. They do not care, and they in fact boomed when the market, when we originally were at the higher rates. It doesn't bother them. It bothers new startup businesses. It bothers people that spend money. It bothers people that trying to borrow money, new mergers and acquisitions, IPOs. But the old guard, the Mag 7, the top 30% of the S&P, they don't care about interest rates. It doesn't really bother them. Their enterprise spending amongst themselves makes no difference. In fact, they make more money. It doesn't matter. So last night I bought on the earnings as we dipped here throughout the FOMC report. I was in my trade. You can see at the top of the screen my Roth IRA trade. That's my Coca-Cola defensive. I haven't been able to sell that yet to buy back in the S&P. So you might say, well, you've missed out. You got it wrong. Yes, I got it wrong. I did. Coca-Cola didn't let me out quick enough, didn't allow me to buy the dip of the S&P 500. But remember, even though I was wrong, I never lose. So I'm still in Coca-Cola. I'm happy to stay there. And with this now, massive amounts of profit being made by Microsoft and Meta, profit will be taken. It will move into Coca-Cola. I will win. But even though I'm currently still waiting on that trade, even if I don't get out soon enough, I will make my money by just simply holding it for 3 weeks and getting the $396 in dividends, which is more than I would have made if I'd stayed in the S&P in the first place. So even though I was wrong and was unable to trade it during the FOMC report, I'm still going to win. But I also took advantage of the dip on my other account, my brokerage account, when I bought that dip during the FOMC report yesterday live on the show, and now have benefited from it here on my main account. So even though I didn't get the timing perfectly on the trade of Coca-Cola, I'm still going to win. This is the benefit of always buying quality stocks. You can't predict the market. You can't time the market. You can hope you get it right, but as long as your strategy is sound, you will win at the end of the day. So inflation is going up. The Fed were right to hold rates. I wanted to see it come down. That would be a stimulus, but they were right. Inflation is still sticky. It's still going up. And the Fed have said they will reduce rates. They would have reduced rates by now if it wasn't for tariffs. Tariffs is still an uncertainty for the Fed. Remember, the Fed is you. The Fed is not the government. You don't want the government to control the world or the country. They make decisions on your behalf. The Fed's job is to protect from inflation, is to protect you against the government's politics. They are there for the country's money, not the government's money. Trump says, lower the rate, it saves the government money. Yes, it does save the government money, but the government represent the people. They are not the people. The Fed is the people's money. So remember that. It's always important to understand these things. So inflation is up today, but the economy is strong. Employment numbers were good. Jobless claims are good. We've got a good performance in enterprise with Microsoft and Meta. That's good. They're spending money with themselves, which means we've now got the green flag that we're going to get a blowout earnings of NVIDIA because they make their money by the chips they have with NVIDIA. So, NVIDIA's earnings are going to be good. The market is going to go up from here. But we might get some trimming that will go into Coca-Cola, my Roth position, and you can see already happening. So it might happen today. It doesn't matter. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'll hold it anyway. But that is how you can take advantage of both sides of the argument. Inflation is up, jobs is good, the economy is good. I bought the dip during the FOMC on my other account as I couldn't buy it in my Roth because I was currently in that trade, but we will get profit from that. And if we don't, we just hold for the dividends. Either way, we win. As long as you always buy quality and hold and have patience and wait, don't sell for losses. First rule, you don't need to lose money. But remember, sometimes you have to know when to walk away. It might be right to walk away. You might have to put your hands up and say, I got it wrong, and now I'm letting it go. All right, that is our Fed. That is our inflation report this morning. That's our update. And stay right where you are on YouTube. I'm just going to end this for X because I'm going to post this as a link. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. That was our inflation report this morning. Click above my head for all the links on YouTube. Down here in the description, you'll also find our $1,000 giveaway. We're giving away $1,000 in XRP, which you can sell for cash live on the show. Free to enter, free for all. I'll put that over here, and down here, something you'll enjoy. For X, you'll just find the link in the description. That's it from me. Take care of yourselves and each other. Okay, I'm back with you. So I want to put out the inflation inflation video on X. Hope everybody is well this morning. This will be available later on YouTube, of course, as well. Inflation news reaction. What will be what? Let me show you what I'm doing so you can see where I am. What will the reaction from Trump be? Inflation news reaction. What will the reaction from Trump be? Okay. Full video on YouTube for all the information, further information. There you go. Full video on YouTube. And we'll put Fed for MC inflation. I want to put that data so people can see that as well. A Core PCE. This is important. Get that from there. Just been watching that. Put that below here. Core PCE. I also want the inflation, the jobs number. This was important. The personal income. Personal income. Why is that refreshing? Let's do that again. Oh, bugger it. I just blown it up. Personal spending. This is important. I need this. Put that there. And lastly, very important bit of data, which we just shared with you, was the jobless claims as well. It doesn't make it onto the headlines, but it should do. It's really important. Let's drop that there. By the way, if you follow me on X, you can win points for you can win tickets for our giveaway, in case you didn't know. Inflation, I think that'll do. Martyn Lucas investor. Let me just make it bigger so you can see what I'm doing. I like everyone to see what's going on at all times. Let me just make sure I tag the team in, Sensei and Vaz. Let me also take that there. Put that there. Yes, if you follow me on X, you can get free tickets in our giveaway. And we're giving away $1,000. I'll explain what that's all about in a second and how you can enter for free. It's free for all. I think we're done now. Post all. And if you follow this and repost this, this might be one of your opportunities. I might put this out as one of my tickets today. So let's have a look. Alrighty. So what we do is go there. This is OCD. People say, why do you always like your own posts? It's just OCD. I just like doing everything. I don't miss anything. I've just been a great believer in that. All right. So if you repost that, I might make that one of my ticket options in a minute. So there you go. Okay. If you want to follow me on X, let me give you the link. And I'll also give you the link for the competition as well. There you go. If you follow me on X, there's the link. So inflation. Alrighty then. Okay. Let's go to comments and questions. We're watching our Coca-Cola people are still taking money out of J&J and Coca-Cola to buy this rally. That's what's happening at the moment. You can see it's still going up. We're up $2,000 today. It's been an incredible run with Microsoft and Meta. Crypto is going down, so you can see how much more I would be up on the S&P if it wasn't for that. But if we go back to our Roth IRA, it's still going down. People are taking money out of the defensives and it will reverse. I am tempted, I am tempted to buy Coca-Cola on my main account. But I'm not doing that because I've used, I want to keep the channel the way it is, all in the S&P, just crypto for prizes. If I start buying individual stocks, I kind of change the whole ethos of what the channel's about. And I don't really want to do that. There's no reason to do that. That would just be greed. And that's fine because I want to make more money, of course. And you watch the channel because I'm keep making money. It's kind of, you don't watch a channel that keeps losing money, but the right thing to do would be to buy Coca-Cola today, but I'd be using margin and there's no point paying 5% to earn it. I think there's 15% in Coca-Cola this year. And you've only got a few months to go of the year. So I do think it's a good idea, but I just don't want to go down that road. Let me go into comments and questions. Good morning from Paul. Good morning to you. Good morning, William. Can everyone tap the like button? I cannot believe we've only got 92 likes. Seems pretty mental to me that we've only got 92 likes and there's 330 people watching. It's a good information today. So if you could do that, that'd be great. And consider subscribing to the channel as well as we get nearer and nearer our our target of $100,000. When we get $100,000, that's it. We're going to give up. We're going to end the show and go, there we go, done it. Can't be bothered anymore. There you go. XRP is down 0.4. You're thinking, is he serious? Find out. XRP is down 0.4. I'm only joking. I can't help it. Bitcoin is pretty flat at the moment. And let's see our subscribers. Where are we? 93,377. There we go. It's been slow the last week. We were doing like 6,000, 7,000 subscribers a month. And then we've slowed down a bit because we need to find some new thing that will happen. But we can't create the news. We just report what it is. And we don't chase trends. We're not going to suddenly go, Bitcoin to $1 million tomorrow, just to get 1,000 subscribers or something. We're not doing that. So sometimes it slows down and it's churning along at the minute, but that's okay until the next thing. All right. Good morning from Vinman. Good morning to you. Good morning, family. Ninja, good morning. Penny Harris, I'm glad we sorted your problems out. Your problems are my problems. When things don't go right, it bothers me and I want to get it fixed, and I'm glad we've got it all fixed together. You're here now as a nice shiny new member. Well, not a nice shiny new member, a 2-month badge member. Good morning to you, Penny. Good morning. Rooster sent me. Diddy, Urich, Louis, Bennett, JJ 8ball. How are you? Matthew, good morning to you. Guy Kemp. 3214 Sensei, how are you? We've gone to usernames again, haven't we? It just keeps changing. YouTube backwards and forwards. Henrik, good morning to you. Love it, William. What did William say? He's going, love it, William. Good morning, everyone. Sensei sent me. Oh, I see. Did he? Has Sensei been playing silly buggers this morning? JJ 8ball, good morning to you. David, how are we? I tell you what. Is Vaz able to call into the show? Is Sensei able to call into the show? I wanted a production meeting this morning. Unfortunately, both of my broadcasters were unavailable, but I could do it in a live stream. I could do it publicly. What I have to say is for public consumption. At least some of it is. The bit that isn't, I won't. The bit that is, I will. Does that make sense? Good morning from DFW. Good morning. Yes, I'm in Dallas. How are you? Good morning, Martin Stewart Young. Hit the like button on the way in. 1970 Buckley. Trix Hugh. Hi, guys. Can I ask when the event starts? What event is that? What event is that? We're live right now. Good morning all. Yes, good news. So this is good news. Hope today will be green. Well, it's good news for the Mag 7. It's good news for the big stocks. It's good news for the overall S&P 500. It's not good news for individual stocks. It's not good news for the Russell. It's not good news for small businesses. But it's good news for investors who buy the Mag 7, who buy quality, who buy the S&P. So it depends where you sit, really. Martin, are you going to the morning crypto show? It would be Martin. Are you going on the Good Morning Crypto show? It would be a good one. They haven't contacted me yet. They said they would live on their show. They haven't contacted me yet. So if you are a fan of the Good Morning Crypto show, message them, tell them to come on the show, join in and say hello. And I haven't got time for emails, texts, messages. I'm always live. If anybody wants me to do anything or speak to me, just come on the show live and say, hello, here I am. That's the way we do it here. That's the way. I ain't got time for meetings. I'd love to be part of something. It sounds really exciting, yeah. Not because they got 250,000 followers. It's not about that. They seem just nice. They just seem nice, and I like nice people. No chance power's cutting anytime soon. Inflation's still hot, and the Fed's not budging, says Tommy Tinkler. It's great for the Mag 7. It's great for quality. Anyway, yes, but don't you lose your position. Yes, but don't you lose your position. What do you mean? Patience is key. It is. I can't put swear words on the screen, I'm afraid. Morning all, Martin. I see you have the green lights this day. Yes, indeed. I'm always making money. There's always opportunity in the market. Look, I'm up $2,000. There's always ways to make money. In fact, it's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. I always say this to people, always encourage people. It's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. Just in, Congressman Thomas Massey calls to end the Federal Reserve. Not good, not good. It's not going to happen, though, Sensei. Great news, though. Thanks for sharing. So in other words, doesn't matter what your trade does, you'll find an argument to say you are, oh, here he is, the postman. What is wrong with this guy? He keeps creating accounts. Oh, it's the postman. The postman, he's, let me just tell you about this guy. I am here to talk to everyone. I'm here to show you everything. I'm here to answer any question. I'm here to show my entire life in front of the world, live all day, every day. Some people just don't like it and they try to discredit me and say, you're not the world piano man. Where's the evidence of you with Elton John? Well, there's loads of it. I just don't share it with you. These are private moments. None of it is of any of your concern or business. But to say it's not true is stupid. You can Google me. You can see my Las Vegas show. You can see my Phantom stuff. You can see all about it. But apparently he can't find it. He doesn't believe it's true. So the whole thing's a lie and a scam and a con for some bizarre reason. Even though clearly my portfolio has gone from $5,000 to 263, he says it's not really happening and you're losing and you're not as good as you say you are and God knows what else. So he makes videos on his YouTube channel that nobody watches or follows or anything else, and just keeps creating accounts to come into the show and reiterate the nonsense. I don't know why it makes him feel important. I don't know why he doesn't spend his time building something of his own and making money for himself and being successful rather than constantly coming into my show telling me I'm doing it all wrong. Now, listen, Mr. Postman, I had you on my show. I allowed you to call into the show. I allowed you to be on the show. You said, you know, can I call in? I let you call in, unedited, unscripted. You spoke to the world. You asked me questions. Later, he put on his YouTube video that he actually called in just to deceive me and catch me out, which was pretty weird because nothing happened. He just asked me questions and I answered them live, unedited, in front of the world. But so there's me being generous and allowing someone who's just trying to trick me and con me to come on my show. I allowed it to happen, and then he goes on his own channel and tells everybody, yeah, I just did it to get in. And I mean, what sort of person does that make you? You're basically admitting to the world that you're a scammer yourself. I don't understand the point of this. Anyway, he keeps going on, keeps doing it, and here he is again this morning. So in other words, doesn't matter what your trade does, you'll always find an argument to say you're winning. Spin doctor. Well, I am winning. How can you say I'm not winning? I'm up $2,000 again today. So yeah, I'm obviously not winning. And I am going to make on my Roth IRA more money than if I'd sold and if I'd sold at a loss and bought back Microsoft, bought back the S&P and missed out on the dividend. I mean, I can't make this stuff up. It's a fact. Just because you don't like it, I don't understand it. I've never understood people who just go around doing nothing and just trying to trade off somebody else's success, because that's all you're doing, mate. I give you the chance every day to be nice, to come on in, and all you do is create another account, try and spin it around, and all the rest of it. Bloody hell, pain in the ass. Anyway, whatever. Did ABS message you? Abs message you, Martin? Be awesome if you guys... no, he hasn't messaged me yet. I'm looking out for it. Not a spin doctor. Some people just suck at trading. What do you mean? How am I losing? What are you talking about? Have you got any idea? Look, I bought the dip during the FOMC report on my main account. I bought that dip. When it went down here during the FOMC report, I bought it, and now I'm up $2,000. I've gone from $5,000 to $250,000, over $250,000 now, with no options and no shorts. How am I sucking at trading? And my record is 41 trades and 40 wins. Now, this is another thing that's very important to say. The postman, with no viewers and no one paying any attention to him, because why would you? He talks nonsense. He says, yes, but you've not always been winning. You've been losing at the beginning. Well, yeah, I did lose at the beginning. Everybody knows I lost at the beginning because I did it live on my show. Let me show you. I don't know where the secrecy is. I started an account 4 years ago. I came into the show and I was the day trader. The show changed and then became Martyn Lucas Investor. And I lost money over and over again. You're not revealing anything. I tell people and show people every day. People saw me get a margin call live on the show. People saw me get upset live on the show. I was losing money. I kept buying Virgin Galactic, believing it was going to go up. I was very new at the show. It was a brand new show. I was earning no money, doing nothing, just starting out, nobody watching, but I was losing money. No secret. No secret also that I went bankrupt once. I shared that information with the whole world. I now have 2 perfect credit scores on 2 continents, in the US and the UK. It's no surprise I went bankrupt. I told everybody. I share everything with everybody. But I was buying Virgin Galactic and I lost over $60,000. And the reason why was when I started the channel, I found a community, Virgin Galactic community, and I was supporting it. I was building my channel and I was making a mistake, but I kept buying Virgin Galactic to support the community, and I bought it at the top, and I was building my audience. I was learning how to do all this, and I made a lot of mistakes. Nobody wants to watch somebody losing money, but nevertheless, I built the channel, and at some point I realized, and about 2.5 years ago, I realized this is not the way to go forward. I've been doing this now for 2 years. I've got to change my strategy. So I did. I went all in the S&P and decided to start interviewing CEOs and hedge fund managers and Wall Street managers and all that kind of stuff, which you've all seen on the show. You haven't, because they're all members only events, so you can't see them. And I restructured. And now I'm up, and I went from 70 grand down at the lowest peak here on after Liberation Day at the very bottom, bought the bottom and put everything right. Now I'm up overall. Now you'll say, and people might say, well, that's rubbish. Over 4 years, all you've made is $16,000. It's not important how much money you've made today or the profit you've made today. What's important is the money that you make when you need to retire. My job now is to acquire more and more stock. And I've been working, earning money, building a business. Now I buy more stock. I've got more stock. And give you an example, when I started here, if I just simplify it, when I started here, let's say I owned 10 shares at $10, just say, for example, I now own 1 million shares at $1. My averages have come down, and I can even show you that, because if I go into the S&P 500, the S&P 500 is currently $588, and yet my average is $487. My averages have come down. I've acquired more stock. I've now got over $250,000, nearly $250,000 just in the S&P 500 at an insanely low average price. That's the result. And that is what investing is about. It's not about where we are today. It's about how we acquire more stock for the future. So when we do retire, we have a greater position. Looking at the tax, looking at the way we're going to sell it and get access to it, all of these things. So you're not revealing anything by saying, well, you didn't do as well as you said you did. Well, I said to people over and over again that when I started, I lost money. There's no secret there. And I've also said that I've been winning ever since I reformatted my portfolio 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. And these are the scores. If you want me to go back since the beginning of time, when I was, 1 year of age, I can tell you about all the failures. And I will tell you one other thing. You learn from failures. You learn nothing from success. And that's why I've got nearly 100,000 subscribers and you've got 2. Because no one listens to your flipping dribble and nonsense. So go away and do something else. So anyway, the government have failed over and over again to represent the people. Fed owned by London City. You've got to stay in it to win it. Time in the market always beats trying to time it. Exactly. My trade hasn't come off yesterday from my most recent trade, but I bought with conviction on my other account, my brokerage account, and here we are up anyway. So either way round, I've won. That's not spinning it or trying to make it a win and it's not. The fact of the matter is I'm up, aren't I? What time inflation release? We've just covered the inflation. What happened to the nice young man Alex, by the way? I don't know. Alex is still here. He watches okay, look, postman, if you want to be nice, we'll have a conversation, all right? What happened to the nice young man Alex, by the way? Alex is a friend of ours. He's on Discord every day. He's still a member of the show. He unfortunately he's got his job has changed. He wanted to move up in his career, and he asked me about it, and I said go to your boss and tell them what you're worth, and he did, and he got a pay rise. And he got a promotion. And because of that, he's now working more hours, and he's very rarely here. But he's in the show. He just doesn't chat because he's at work. He's actually very active in Discord. So anyway, happy Thursday. Follow MW on X. Too much more information. Oh, hang on a minute. What's that? Follow me on X. Hang on a minute. I've written that wrong, haven't I? Let me just change that. Follow me on X. I can't spell X. Follow me. Did I wrote that myself? Hang on a minute. Let me just fix that. Have I misspelt something? X. Yes, I have. Follow me on X. I didn't even realize. Follow me on X. Good. Let's fix that. Okay, fixed. Okay, good. I'm glad I noticed that. Move on, next question. Posty, I think he's got a new job. Yes, he has. He's different hours now. Morning all. Stacey, good morning to you. Good morning. Roomy Roblox is doing great. You always act like you're never wrong, even when it's obvious you are. You say one thing and do the opposite, constantly twisting things to benefit. What do you mean? What do you mean I'm bending things? Are you just trying to get an argument? Because you can have one, call into the show if you want and be live on the show rather than annoyingly in the chat. I don't know what you mean. I've just told you I made a mistake. I've just told you I didn't time it perfectly. I'm still waiting. I haven't lost. It's going down. I bought more. I bought on my other account to compensate it. I can't time the market. Nobody can. You're gonna blame me and say, "Well, you're rubbish. Coca-Cola went down." Well, yeah, it did. I thought it would go up. It will. It will. It'll go up like 10, 15% this year. I'll just wait. And then I guess you'll come back and apologize. Will you? You'll come back and say something different. You claim to have connection to the Bank of America. I don't claim, I do. But that was just another lie. No, it's not. It's all about control and manipulation. Stop being a narcissist. What is wrong with these people? I do have connections at the Bank of America. I talk to them every day. Just because they don't ring you up and tell you all about it, I'm sorry, but what's the point of all this? Tommy, not Roomy, dang. Play nice, please. And play as rough as he wants, Stacey. Let him do it. With you just being in the S&P now with no margin, I don't see you hitting 1 million before the end of the decade. I will hit 1 million before the end of the decade, 100%. And do you know how I know? Well, I'll show you. How I know. Let's have a look. Money. No, where is it? Here is my compound strategy. Here it is. This is my projection. I check this every month thereabouts, and I make my adjustments. 1 million is by the end of the decade. I've got a specific strategy of the amount of money I'm earning, the amount of gains I'm making, the constant reevaluation is always going on, and it's 1 million. I've got a projection here all worked out, and I'm sticking to the strategy. I'm not changing. I'm focused. I'm disciplined. I'm working harder every day. I'm doing more hours every day. I'm building the channel every day. Yeah, absolutely. $1 million by the end of the decade. And I am currently in, oh, by the way, the 500, can you see that one? Oh, no, you can't. 1 million is actually less than the decade now. It's slightly inside that. Let me get to there again. And I am in a bit of margin. I just said I was. Look, I'll show you. I mean, Who else shows you all this? Look, 29,000 now in margin. I have bought some more with margin recently, the last few days. I bought $10,000 last night during the FOMC report, just on margin. Stacy, good morning all, Stephen Powell. Good day, sir. Good morning. Do you think there will be a crash? Do I think there'll be a crash? Well, we're going to talk about in a moment the carry trade. That is still a real deal. Yep. Good morning, everyone. Will we finish green today? I don't know. There could be some major trimming in Meta and Microsoft, but and if it does, it will go into Coca-Cola. Now, the reason why Coca-Cola is going down so much right now, I'll bet you any money, and I haven't looked, because if I go down on this screen here is where I've got all the charts, right? So I'm going to click Coca-Cola. It's going down. I bet you if I click on the next tab, J&J is down. There you go. Why is it down? Defenses are going down today because people are taking money out of the cash pots. J&J, Coca-Cola are defensive stocks. Why? Because they want to buy these. They want to buy Microsoft and they want to buy Meta. That's what's happening. But at some point, no matter how good those earnings were, people will take profit and return to their defensive positions. That's just the way it works. So it's just a matter of time before Coca-Cola goes back up again. What are your thoughts about Zim? I don't know. I don't know. I've done a review on it. Type into YouTube, Martyn Lucas Investor, ZIM. Good morning, all. Bought into Enphase, holding strong, even though it's going down. I think that's a very good idea. Not financial advice, but I think that this is a solid business. And at this level, it's just people who don't understand the solar industry, who have got no patience. It was all sponsored by Meet Kevin. Buy this, buy this, buy this, when he was paid to say it. I'm not paid by anyone. I do think it's a good idea to buy Enphase at these levels. I do. Buying copper, AI needs copper. Good idea. Everything needs copper. All right, it's already 2:30. Why no inflation data? What do you mean, 2:30? We've had inflation data. You've missed it. Hello, everyone. Hi, all. Good morning to you. Took profit, $40. Not buying back into Enphase yet. Waiting for it to drop to around 25 before jumping back in. Too risky right now. I don't know if I agree with that. The key is waiting, Tommy Tinkler. Well, you can wait forever, though, and sit on the sidelines and miss it. I prefer to be in and just ladder in on the way down, perhaps. So, someone answer, please. I'm answering everything. When inflation data? We've had it. We've done it. It's on my X account. I've just posted the video. There is the X account. I've just posted the inflation video on my X. All the data, all the numbers, all the facts, and the video to go along with it. There you go. It is already 2:30. No date. Yes, we've posted it. Why do you keep saying that? Have you ever been wrong, Martyn? Yes, of course I've been wrong. Been wrong millions of times. I just told you I was wrong. When I started investing, I lost 60 grand. I went bankrupt once. I was wrong being nice to the postman. I was so complimentary to him. Was so like, wow, I love postmen. They're such hardworking people. He came on the show. I let him come on the show. He didn't gate crash the show. I let him come on the show. And then he was nice to me on the show just to then put on his YouTube channel. He was trying to get information out of me. It's like, yeah, I was wrong doing that. But I'll let him do it again because I'm always making mistakes. Trolls are going to troll. Yes. Yeah, but at least trolls have somebody that follows them. This guy's got like 2 subscribers. No one even watches. And then he keeps creating another account to say the same thing. He's a bit like Fight Channel. Same thing. Over and over again. Nobody watches. You feeding him right now. He loves this. Yes, I know. Make him happy then. You're feeding him right now. Patience, my friend, will be the answer. Oh, big drama. Good God, says Mike. Yes, Mike. Yeah, I thought the inflation number would already be here. I've given you the inflation number. I keep telling you. There's the X account. There's the information. There's the I don't know what to say. He needs to get a life. I thought he was a nice person. I thought he wanted to be part of something positive. I mean, I don't mind being told I'm wrong. I don't mind being questioned. I don't mind being challenged. But this is just silly. It's just pointless. It's just a waste of my time. Exactly. They know he will give them the 5 minutes airtime. Honestly, though, seeing you lose money in the beginning is kind of why I also hung around, because again, you were legit and real about everything. It can't get any better than that. Listen, folks, thank you, Seth. That's nice. Everyone makes mistakes. I make mistakes live on the show, but I also get it right on the show as well. And I don't understand when people just keep trying to go, well, you're rubbish. And I don't know how I could be more open. I don't know how I could be more honest. I don't know how, I invite everyone on the show to ask me questions live, unedited, ask me anything. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. And why is Martyn giving this man so much time? I got my reasons, don't worry. I know what I'm doing. He covered it live earlier, but I'm sure he will restate the numbers. Please tell us who is the loser, please tell us who this loser is again. I don't care. I call it how I see it. He keeps changing his account every day. He'll just come in every day with different accounts, and then he sits on his bed, half dressed, his hair just like he got out of bed, and he just moans. I feel sorry for the guy. He just makes video about moaning about me. That's his life. His life seems to be making videos moaning about me. There's another guy who does the same thing. Nobody watches his videos either. There's that. Apart from me, I really enjoy them. That's a fancy way of saying you've missed out on 4 years worth of compounding. That's a fancy way of saying you've missed out on 4 years. Here he goes again, look. That's a fancy way of saying you've missed out on 4 years worth of compounding. Yeah, if I'd bought the S&P 4 years ago and never lost any money, would I have more money now? Yeah. There you go. You've revealed the secrets. Yes, I would have done. If I didn't do my YouTube channel and I decided to go down to Dallas tonight, to Highland Park and have a chat with a few of my friends, and they want to book me for 4, 5, even 10 grand to play in their house, would I make more money? Yeah. But I'm not doing it. I'm doing a YouTube show now. Every day you miss money. Every day you miss opportunities. If I'd stayed in the S&P yesterday and not bought Coca-Cola, would I have more money today? Yeah. Yeah, I would have done. I can't predict the future. I can't get it always right, but obviously you do. Obviously you do get it right all the time. Because I'm the only person who watches your channel. Anyone who listens to your nonsense. No one watches you. You don't share anything publicly. You just come on here and annoy me. Is Virgin Galactic a good stock today? I've not had a chance to look at it because I'm too bloody involved in this flipping idiot who keeps coming in the show. Thank you. Tradingnomics didn't get post-inflation numbers. I'm searching for it if I misunderstood your data today, yeah? Oh, thank you. You're very welcome. A little over a year ago, Martyn bought the S&P at an all-time high of 787 and did the same. I am now currently up 20%. Correct. Martyn, doesn't matter how you got 260 grand. It's a massive achievement either way. Well, why waste time defending and explaining what you have to them before when we could be doing something valuable like reviews or anything else really? Members do not care about trolls. Why do you? Why do you? Well, I always believe, and I've always have and I always will, I believe entertaining the man at the back of the room. It's a philosophy that was given to me by Sir Elton John. According to the postman, I don't know, I have nothing to do with that. Always entertain the man at the back of the room. Billy Joel was another one, was famous for this. Millionaires would always try and buy the front row of his concerts. Did you know that? And Billy Joel would always hold the front row open. And he'd always invite the man at the back of the room who bought the cheapest ticket to the front to sit in the front row. It's important. So I've always believed, and I know it works. And it's not because it works is why I do it. There we go. Now you're seeing the trimming coming in you're seeing the trimming coming in, and now you're seeing Coca-Cola going up. Just give it time. Just give it time, and that'll be my next trade, and I'll mark it down as another win. The reason why we built this channel, and I don't calculate this in my head, it's not a strategy. It's not some algorithmic strategy, but I always believe in just being real. And if you get emotional and people attack you and you talk to them and you address them and you give them a voice, they're either going to make the world realize they're as stupid as I think they are, or they're going to become your best friend. They're going to learn something from you and you're going to learn something from them. It's important to engage with everyone. All right? Now, many of you here are religious. You know I'm not. Well, if you are religious, you will know that I believe Jesus used to say he would bring in the tax man and talk to the tax man. And everybody went, why are you talking to the tax man? We all hate the tax man. Why aren't you just sitting around talking to all the religious people? We're all your friends. And Jesus said, no, I've got to talk to the man at the back of the room, the one that everybody hates. Now, I'm not religious, but I've read this information. So, it's not what I base my life on. But many of you here, most of you here are very religious, and yet you don't behave on the things that you believe in the Bible. I do, and I'm not religious. I believe it's important to bring the man in at the back of the room. I think it's important to talk to everybody. I think it's important to allow them to get into the show, allow them to get under your skin. It's okay, because we go down to come up, and it's good for the channel, not because it's an algorithmic proven fact. It's because doing the right thing is the right thing, and the consequences, you win. The consequence is that the show will grow. It's not because the show will grow why I do it. It's the same thing as when I built the channel and I built this studio. Mark Cuban told me when I played in his house, we all know Mark Cuban is a billionaire, owns the Mavericks and all the rest of it, on Shark Tank. He told me when I played in his house, Martyn, be the best of yourself and you'll always win. Focus on the product, focus on the service, the money will take care of itself. If you provide a service that no one else does and you do it better than anyone else, money will take care of itself. So it's not about the mental strategy of if I do this, if I say this, this is what's going to happen. But by being open and real and exposed to trolls, by being exposed to this annoying little bloke who just keeps living through me, who can't do anything positive other than call into my show and make silly videos that nobody watches, I allow him into my life. I put it on view, and hopefully something good will come of it. Not because it's algorithmically proven, because it's the right thing to do. Leah says, why do you entertain the trolls? Why do you give them time? You're saying it, Stacey, because if you want to use that analogy, it's in the Bible. Jesus invited the tax man in rather than talk to all the disciples. Entertain the man at the back of the room. The people at the front are already in. They're already in. They love what you do. Entertain the ones who don't. What can you learn from people telling you you're great? You learn from people telling you you're rubbish. It might be wrong. They might have no idea what they're talking about. In this case, the postman is very, very ill-informed. Doesn't have a clue what he's talking about. I've been on the road for 40 odd years. I've toured with the biggest stars in the world. I've sold out theatres and venues on Vegas shows and all over the world. According to him, I haven't. Even though it's on Google, you can see the theatres, you can see the shows. He don't believe it. That's up to him. That's his, experience. That's his life, not mine. But I think it's important to be open and real. And this is a journey. And if you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. But it works. Not because it works because of subscribers and stuff. It works because it's the right thing to do. And it's right because it's the hard thing to do. The easy thing to do is never the right thing. Leah says, why do you give yourself so much stress? Why are you bothered about one person? You've got nearly 100,000 subscribers and you're focused on one person who's got nobody who listens to him. He's doing nothing. He doesn't even bother getting dressed and brush his hair when he makes these videos. He's lunatic. It doesn't matter. The point is, It's the hard thing to do, and that's why I do it. So, Stacey, that's your answer. Absolutely, Martyn. The best teacher is self-loss. Yeah, you learn nothing from winning. Don't let them get under your skin. It's okay. I can deal with it. I've dealt with not much bigger than this. Flip and dribble. Love it. Stacey, are you still a fan of Enphase? I'm not a fan of anything, but I do think the balance sheet makes sense. I do think the balance sheet makes great sense. Yes, I do. Good stock today. JJ 8Ball, any interesting news coming out today? Yes, we've got a big story coming out in about an hour. I'll tell you about it in a minute. Green Day, baby. Quit bothering, Martyn. We only get so much. Quit bothering, Martyn. We only get so much. I don't get that. If you don't lose money in the beginning, how do you learn? Yes, you learn nothing from winning. If I'd won at the beginning and kept winning, I would never have won today. Look at it trimming now, look at Meta and Microsoft trimming now. The overall portfolio is going down, and crypto, is that going down? Yeah, crypto's going down. I'm just going to hold on to my Roth IRA. Well, obviously I am. I'm not going to sell it for a loss. There's no need. Enphase, not looking good. I don't mind it. I'm not even in cahoot with these people. They have intuition and good perception of people's character like me. I'm not even in cahoots with these people. He's talking about Fight Channel. He's not talking about these people. He's talking about Fight Channel. Fight Channel is another one who went rogue. He's like the Postman. The Postman is the only person who comments on Fight Channel. Fight Channel comments on Postman. Someone taught me something once upon a time, and they said, to see how powerful you are, people that hate you, who don't like you, get together in clumps. They do it on Reddit. They create little rooms. And the Postman and Fight Channel are those type of people. They get together and they both say, yeah, Martyn Lucas is rubbish. They both comment on each other's videos. Yeah, I'm going to expose him. Yeah, that's all they ever do. And here's the funny thing about it. Life proves to you that people who gather together in clumps to hate people hate each other. They pretend to like each other, but they don't. And the thing is, see how powerful you are. When you're successful in life, you draw people together that hate you, but they don't even like each other. That is the power of people who are insecure with their own self-belief. They find something they don't like. They form together. They form a little club, but they don't like each other. The same as the people that form Reddit channels to pump and dump a stock. They get thousands of followers all telling them that Shiba Inu is going to go up to $1 million, and they all follow together. And the people at the top that run the admins and so on, the moment it starts... They build the audience, they dump it on everybody. It's like a bunch of thieves all sitting around scamming each other, and they all lose. Same thing happened with GameStop with Roaring Kitty. He built a massive army. Everyone loved Roaring Kitty. He was great until he dumped it on everybody, and no one trusted everybody. No one liked anybody. They all literally went against each other. We're here on this channel because it's all about positivity and support. We all support each other. No one's against anyone. Everybody's winning. Everybody wants everybody else to win. But in life, when you're successful, you do bring people together that their own mission is to dislike you. And the irony of it is they don't like each other. All our members, we all get on with each other. We all like each other. Do you remember when I held the convention? I did it in England a few years ago, and I did it in the US, was it last year? I had Stephen Lewandowski come from Florida. I had Zach Zeit come all the way down from California. People came together because they support each other. They like each other. Can you imagine the Postman flying across the world to go and visit Fight Channel the other way around? No, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do anything to support each other when it comes to it. They only comment on each other in the mission to drop hate into me. That's what they do. So there you go. Martyn always says himself, no one can time the bottom. That's right, no one can. Don't have emotional attachment on the market and your investment that feel real rule of the investment and growth. What are defensives? Hang on a minute, we've got to ring the bell. Defensives, J&J, Coca-Cola. It's where money goes when it comes out of growth stocks like Meta, Microsoft, the S&P 500, which is 30% tech. So 30% the Mag 7. So money will go back into defensive. Defensive is like a cash pot. It's a cash pot of money. Old money that was bought at the very, very bottom that people use to buy fast-growing tech stocks. But when the tech stocks trim, they go back into Coca-Cola. They go back into J&J. And you can see it happening right now. You see it happening right now. There you go. Look at it. Money is coming out of the tech, going straight back into my Coca-Cola. There you go. I'm just refreshing the screen to ring the bell. Okay, we ready? Yeah, we're ready to go. We got 1.5 minutes to go. We're about to ring the bell. Let's see where we go. Our Roth IRA is starting to go up. We're trimming now on the overall position. Good morning, everyone. Never trust a postman. They put bills through your letterbox. I'm holding Enphase. Oh, yes, good. Yeah, good old Fight Channel. Yeah. Remember him? I have a question. What the heck are night coins? No idea. I've never heard of it. I like you, bro. One of the best on YouTube, man. Thank you. I don't know why. I don't know of any other channel willing to always show their positions each and every day. Well, yeah, but not according to the postman, though. It's all a lie and a con. Apparently, it's all a lie and a con, and I need to listen to him and do what he says is right. Because obviously he knows what's right. Because he's the only person who listens to it. Okay. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Time to ring the bell in 30 seconds. We're going to ring the bell in 30 seconds. Have we got any more comments? Gold view. I don't know what that means. Any resistance on gold? Sensei's the man for that. Other channels state all they're saying, but don't even show their position. That's right. They won't. I show everything. I always have done and always will do. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Back 3 years ago. That said,
the bell has gone. Here we go. We're having a big sell-off now. Get ready for a major switch. Out of tech into... You see Coca-Cola is going down at the moment. All the markets are trimming off. Where's it going to go next? No surprise, everything's turning red this morning. Massive profits, massive gains. Let's go through all our positions. Here we go. The overall portfolio is just trimming off, but we're still up 1.5 grand today. We're quite happy with that. The S&P is trimming off. Virgin Galactic is pretty flat this morning. Palantir up 0.83, just keeps on running. Gold going up. Uncertainty. Gold is going up. Oh wow, Coca-Cola is selling off big now. It will come back in a moment. Amazon going down 1.9. We've got the earnings coming up. Big event coming up in a minute as well. I'll tell you about it in a second. Apple going down 0.54. Enphase Energy. Holy moly. Everything is selling off right now. Coca-Cola going down. Our defenses are going down. J&J is going down. People taking profits. Oil is up. That's interesting. Oil is up and gold is up. What does that tell you? Uncertainty is coming back in the market. Inflation started to rise this morning. Tesla, we've now got this issue about the Fed attack. Market doesn't like the uncertainty. McDonald's is going down. Google is going down 1.32. And Microsoft is now selling off. No surprise. Meta is selling off. But remember how good the business is, though. No matter what it does, it was a great earnings. Nvidia 181. Great earnings round the corner. Walmart defensives. Walmart going up. Tilray Brands That's not doing anything. Robinhood sold off from its earnings last night, down 3%. Still expensive though, but a great future. IonQ, too expensive, going down a little bit. Rocket Lab up 0.46. Plug Power down 0.68. We've got Bitcoin now down 0.39. I'm very, very happy to hold my Bitcoin now. XRP hardly down at all, 1.2. You had an opportunity to buy yesterday when XRP went to $3, in my opinion. Anyway, there we go. The overall portfolio is looking good. Other channels state they are all in something, but don't ever show their positions. Yes, I show everything here. Thoughts on platinum? I've got no thoughts on it. You will never see a successful individual hating on another. That is very, very true. Very, very true. You will never see a successful individual hating on another. It's always the ones that have nothing positive going on in their lives. Sadly, that's true. I hope the postman becomes positive and a friend and supportive and be part of it. But he won't. He's gone down the hole. He's where he is now. He's projecting his feelings about himself on you, Martyn, because he feels miserable about himself. Yes, that is the truth. That is how it works. Yes, said Mike. Guarantee Warren Buffett lost more than 60 grand. Warren Buffett lost on many occasions. The postman might want to ring him up and tell him, you're always telling everybody you're the greatest investor of all time, and in fact, you've been losing loads. Yes, Warren Buffett, you're an idiot. I know best, I'm the postman. Why do you keep telling people you're amazing? I started investing last year, lost 43,000, then went online watching this and some other channels, and now up 76,000, learning every day. That's right, we're always learning every day. That's the point. Another reason why I engage with the Postman and Fight channel, because you learn from everybody, even those who are losing. If you engage with people, you learn. However, those people don't engage. They just throw mud at you all the time because they're covered in the stuff. That's all it is. I want to hear this. I want to hear it. I want to hear his play of the day. I want to hear his play of the day. Rolls-Royce up 10%. Yes, great business now. Let's get over this guy and continue with what we are doing on this channel. Let's get back to the market and opening bell, Matthias. In my opinion, a YouTuber that wins 24/7, that wins 24/7 makes me think something fishy is going on behind the scenes. Yes, you can't always win. Sometimes I lose. Very rarely, but I do. Of course I do. You should be happy. I'd like to come in the show too. I'd like to come in the show too. You're not a member, so you can't be on the show. Martyn, can you sing Break My Stride by Matthew Wilder? No, I'm afraid I can't. I don't know that one. If you become a member, I can learn it for you. What if I sell altcoins? Think that's smart now. Sensei's the man to ask. He knows the guys. That's annoying. He knows the guys that's annoying. I don't get that. Altcoins will run you. I think people confuse you with some kind of specialist trader or other rather than an investor. Mate, dump. I hope they do run, man. I'm not sure what that means. Grand Rising, everyone. Okay. Sell all altcoins right now, says JJ 8ball. Enphase PE is still over 27. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. ENPH. I don't think that's right. No, you couldn't be more wrong. Who was it who said that? Tommy Tinkler. Tommy Tinkler said Enphase price to earnings is 27. That's too high for a company with slowing growth, weak guidance, and margin pressure. Hang on. The PE drops below 20, need to reflect the new reality. Okay, here we go. This is important to stress this. Tommy Tinkler, you couldn't be more wrong. You couldn't be more wrong. Your numbers are as far out as me standing on the moon. Couldn't be further away. Couldn't be further away. Let me show you what the forward PE is, looking at the forward guidance with the forward projections and the balance sheet of where we are today and the profit that's in the bank today, our balance sheet today. The forward PE is what you should be focusing on, but no one ever looks at that. They always look at the one advertised on the screen, the easy one, the lagging indicator. We've got to look forward in the projections that we've got and the business going forward. Investing is about going forward. So what is the forward PE? The forward PE on the Enphase Energy is extremely desirable at 12.78. That is the number I am focusing on with the balance sheet. That's why I say not just that, the balance sheet, the debt, the margin position, why Enphase Energy is a good business. It doesn't matter to me a jot what the price is. It doesn't matter to me a jot what the stock price action is. The stock price action is because people don't understand this, because the majority of people bought this through Meet Kevin with 2 million subscribers. When he was promoting this, he was sponsored by them. He has all their equipment and all the rest of it. And he got behind this and everyone started buying it. The future, they bought on the rally. I said, no, this is a good business at this level, not because Meet Kevin is paid to say so, not because 2 million people start buying it because of a big YouTuber. I say it's a good thing to buy. And again, it's only my opinion because the balance sheet says so. The forward PE says so. The margins says so. The business, the relationships, who they do business with says so. And their cash balance, their debt position says so. So Tommy Tinkler, with you saying the PE is over 27, which is more than the S&P, when in fact it's half of that at 12.78, is the real story. Very important to stress that. Right, we've got all markets selling off. We've got a yen carry trade again on the cards. I'll be talking about that in a minute. True, well said, Martin. Josh Monroe, thank you. Official demo, let the altcoins ride, especially XRP, Solana. Lots of momentum coming. Yes, sell all your altcoins. Where's the list? Where's the list, Trump? I agree, load up. Quick question regarding VU. Do you ever trim VU, or do you plan just to go along and buy when the opportunity presents itself? In my Roth IRA, I trade VU. I just sold VU and bought Coca-Cola, as you know. In the S&P, I only ever sell for tax lot. I only ever deploy tax lots and sell for washes to trim the higher price ones when I bought the lower price ones. Does that make sense? If you'd want to understand that in more detail, say you would, and I'd like to invite you onto the show, and I will explain it to you in a much deeper way. But because that's a very important question, and would like to do it with you on the show. So Matthew, if you want to call into the show, you can be on the show, and I'll explain it all live for you. How that works. Like now again, we go down. Jesus still loves you. Well, that's very nice. I just, you know, I'm a science man. I don't have the faith that you do. Yeah. But it also makes me more positive for life. I've noticed a lot of people that are religious, they tend to go, life will be great when we're all dead in the future. It will all be good in the future. I prefer live for today. I live to the max every day until I'm dead. So I just think it's important to know that you're not around forever. People aren't around forever. Life's for living. I don't mean life's for abusing and being horrible, just taking. But I mean life is for doing good for people and helping people and being a positive energy in the world. Life's about that. And I don't really focus on what happens when you're dead because I just don't know. I just don't know, and I don't see any reason to see anything different. So I focus on living flat out today. I know a lot of people who sit around and just think life will be great when they're dead. I can't see the point of that, but anyway, let them ride for now. XRP is still in the danger zone, yeah, but it's not that big of a deal if you ignore him. Yeah, well, it's okay. What's that? That's what investments do, and they go up, they go down. You're absolutely right, Martyn. Jesus got in with Matthew, and after everyone ended up befriending Matthew, the tax collector, because he was actually a real good fellow. There you go. I bet the postman is a nice bloke. He's just a little bit confused right now, and maybe life's not the way he wants it. I don't know. Most people are nice. He's probably a nice bloke. I don't know why he just doesn't spend time on himself rather than making videos on me. XRP is fine as long as it stays above 3. It's all about perspective. JJ 8ball, agree. What have you noticed? It is entertaining, and I'm a member precisely because Martyn is legit and honest. But what do we learn from him telling you? But what do we learn from him telling you you're rubbish? That's true. What do you learn? Nothing, probably. But remember, Stacey, this show is my real life. It's not my job to constantly give you information, even though that's the purpose of the show. It is my life, my journey, and I have ups and down days. And some days I have situations like this. But, you know, if you want a 24/7 down to business reviews and stuff like that, watch CNBC, I suppose, or go to university. We have ups and down days, but we do more reviews here than anyone. We cover more earnings than anyone. We cover all the major events. We do all that as well. But in between, we have a little bit of human time. And I've had a bit of human time today. So yeah, you probably don't learn anything. But it's a real journey. It's not a perfect world. It's a real life. So yeah, I mean, you probably didn't learn anything from any of that. But it's a journey, right? I thought yesterday I would break, but they still didn't. So strong support, bounce back. Agree with your point, Martyn. Thank you so much indeed. You scared of being, buying XRP. Sorry, I understand, but I do lean towards agreeing with Leah. Well, yeah, but you got to remember, Leah's a private person. She wouldn't do YouTube. She wouldn't do any of this. She wants privacy and secrecy, you know, just for herself. She wants intimacy. She doesn't want to be in front of the camera. So she doesn't understand my world. Well, I've been in front of the world since I was born. You know, this is who I am. Great advice. Don't sit at the tables where everyone agrees with you. You will never change for the better. Deepak Mukram, wonderful to have you here. Deepak Mukram, you're one of the only people.
At Revved Up Biker has become a member.
Oh, thank you very much. Deepak, I want to talk to you just for a moment. Are you still in the chat? You can be the voice of something here. Let me see. Deepak Mukram, are you here? Are you still here? Deepak is a wonderful guy, actually, from what I know, from my experience. And he is very interested in a particular asset, which I used to talk about a lot, which I don't talk about at all now. And lots of people got angry, and now they don't know. Now they make up their reasons why I don't talk about it. But I can talk directly to Deepak Mukram on this show, and I know that he will work out what's being said here, and he will share positive information. I don't talk about certain things anymore for very good reason. I can't say any more than that. But trust me, Deepak, when I tell you that I want the best for everyone. And just because people don't know everything doesn't mean making up stuff and spreading it around is going to be useful. It's not. Sometimes you just can't talk about something. Good. He's a good man. Do with that as you will. But I'm here to help people. I'm here to give people the best support. Sometimes you have to let things go. Miriam tech results out for the better of everybody.
At Seth Houston 362 donated $9.99 through a super chat. Speaking of reviews, Martin, could you put Burn in the reviews list? It's grown massively from last review. Also best YouTube channel in the world.
Thank you so much indeed. I can relate. I'll come on to that in a second then. Just bear with me. I can relate to that. Thank you. The postman went postal. As long as Enphase stays away from wind farms off eastern coast, I'm good with it. If not, I hope they dissolve. You hope they dissolve. You want the business to fail. I don't understand why you'd want the business to dissolve. And what's wrong with wind farms? The UK has the biggest wind farm in the world, and it powers half of Scotland. So I don't know what you mean. I know Trump will say it's bad for the environment and birds get killed by, whatever, but wind farms do work because in Cornwall, where I live, there are wind farms, and they power the farmers. They power the farmers' farms, and they provide power for villages and stuff. So to say they don't work is not true. I don't understand the people that say wind farms don't work. They do work. You can say they don't if you want. You can say the world's flat if you want, but they work. I know, because I know people who have them, and I know that they power their farms with them. And people go, but they need electricity to work. So does solar. So does nuclear. So does oil. Everything has to have some power going in to turn the machine on to make it work. Now, whether you drill oil, solar, wind, nuclear, you need a bit of electric to power the computer that runs the system. All right? So does it make more electricity than it costs? Yes, it does. I don't know why people say these things. I don't know. I do, but I can't be bothered to talk about it. Right? Wind farms do work. Solar works. Nuclear work. Oil works. They all produce power. Which one does it cleaner? Well, obviously, wind and solar does it better than oil. It's flipping obvious. But to say wind farms don't work and they're rubbish, and anyone who has wind farms should go bankrupt is counterproductive. Doesn't serve any purpose. I don't lose if you profit. Just they hate everyone. Yeah, Ticket Hill. But sometimes trade is nice to greater, bigger bags. That's right. I dealt with the haters at my last job. Yeah. People who use ha are really masking something. Good morning, KMC Louis. Good morning. You learn more from mistakes than from wins. I agree with that. Yes, I don't buy or sell. I'm being dollar cost averaging for a few years, and then on bigger dips, I buy heavier. That's right. Dollar cost averaging is not the best strategy. Buying with conviction is the best strategy. We've proven it on the show. No question about it, 100%. Martin, the more I hear you talk about your way of thinking about life, the more it makes me want to hang out with you and have a beer and just hang out. We think a lot alike, old school thinking. Thank you, David Hensley. Maybe we'll get a chance one day. We'll have another convention, and Martyn Lucas convention. We'll get together and maybe we'll have a beer. We met up last year. We'll do it again. No way, everyone, but I will. Good morning, everyone. Oh yeah, this reeks of confidence. I don't know what he thinks is masked by a laugh. Grown man playing with Barbies. Ding, ding, ding. Nvidia is up. Yes, yes, yes. SoFi is going up. It is. Thank you, Vanessa. How are you, by the way, Vanessa? I've not heard from you for a while on the music show. We enjoy your company. I hope everything's well with you. XRP is winding up. What do you mean by winding up? Well, going up, you mean? Rolls are up 10%, big stock and think a good buy. I wouldn't buy it here though. Martyn, what's your personal reason for using Robinhood over something else? I just find it really, really simple. Investing doesn't need to be complicated. Investing is a simple thing. It's very simple. You're just looking at a balance sheet, finding out when something is oversold, undervalued. It doesn't need to be complicated. You don't need fancy charts. Robinhood don't sponsor me. They don't pay me anything to say that. I just find it the most cost-effective way of investing. The Robinhood Gold Card is just the best credit card in the world. I get 3% back on everything and get instant cash back the second I buy something. And I mean the second I buy something. And the money is in my Robinhood account earning 4% interest instantly. The second Robinhood is just, I love I've tried them all and nothing comes close, but everyone's got their own favorites. Good day all. Crypto's gearing up, having eyes on Archer. We've got a big Archer. We've got lots of stuff coming today on this subject. S&P 500 is up. Martyn, why do you use Robinhood? I'm just curious and like to learn people's opinions. Like I just said, it's simple. It's cost effective. The business is a great business. So I like Robinhood's business model anyway. I just think you don't need to make it more complicated. I could sit here and talk for 20 minutes on Robinhood. I don't want to go down that road. I'm trying to get through all the comments, but yeah, I love it. How does that compare to PE on Robinhood, which is 26? Now listen, Keneal. There you go. This is why you're making mistakes. This is why people make mistakes. Oh my gosh. Listen, folks, really important. I'm going to, do you know what? This is worth making a video on. This is worth making a video on. So I'm going to do this now. This is worth making a video on. Right. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to do this now. This is the problem that people have. Here we go. Okay. This is it. This is really important to do this. So okay. I've got that. I've got that. Okay. Here we go. Okay. The biggest mistake people make over and over again, and I'm going to use Enphase Energy as an example. Enphase Energy is a stock that I think is a great buy, but I'm going to tell you now the mistakes that everybody makes, and it's literally, it is a huge number. I can't say everybody, of course. This stock has been incredibly volatile. You've seen it here. What caused that? Well, you may remember a few years ago, a very big YouTube channel with 2 million subscribers, Meet Kevin. He was all over this. He has a lot of influence in this. At the time, he was featuring the products. He was sponsored by them. He was receiving all the products from Enphase Energy, telling everybody it was great. It was very easy to catch a momentum trade because it was at the time we were coming out of COVID. Everybody was buying future Tesla. They were buying all these kind of things, the future of solar, all the rest of it. It's all trending up. Everyone's chasing a trend. Everyone's buying up. No one's buying the value. No one's buying the balance sheet. No one's looking at the numbers. They're just buying something that is getting trended online. People are paid to talk about it, promote it, and all the rest of it. No one, hardly anyone, and I know because lots of people talk to me about this stock all the time, and they say, it's rubbish now, it's going down. It was great once upon a time. Hang on a minute. If you were buying it on the way up, why aren't you buying it on the way down? Has the business changed? And they get the wrong information. They get the wrong timing and they get the wrong information. Let me explain what I mean. Enphase Energy, solar business, is a great business. I know. I have first-hand experience of it. I have it on my house. My house runs for free. I even earn money from the government to have solar. Solar is not a bad thing. Solar is a good thing. However, not every solar business is a good business. Which are the best ones? And what numbers should you be paying attention to? A few moments ago, one of my members, a loyal, decent, quality member who knows about investing, quoted this. He said, how does that compare to PE on Robinhood, which is 26.31? PE, price to earnings, 26.31 for Enphase Energy. This is where people make a big mistake. People look on Robinhood, and Robinhood is great. I love Robinhood, but Robinhood simplifies things. People like simplifying. They like YouTubers who say, buy the dip, dollar cost average, go to the moon. These are nice, simple comic book headlines. You won't hear of these things in an investment course or a university of strategy or in whatever. Yes, Warren Buffett mentions dollar cost averaging, but then he goes into much more detail, but he actually doesn't do it himself. He buys with conviction. So again, it's a nice, simple headline. It sells the narrative. So this is important. On Robinhood, they like to simplify things. Let me show you what I mean. If I scroll down here, you can look at Robinhood and it'll say, the price to earnings ratio is 26.31. And you go, that's expensive. I'm not buying that. That's more expensive than the S&P 500. And it's a growth stock. And it's expensive even though the price is down. First mistake. You're focusing on an out-of-date lagging indicator. So throw it in the bin. It's rubbish. Investment is about going forward, not looking backwards. So that PE number is rubbish. It's a simple one. It's provided you for free. It's in your face. It's not designed to help you. It's designed to give you just a basic information, and it's basically there to provide the service, because remember, Robinhood isn't giving you financial information to advise you what to do. It's encouraging you to buy and sell shares on their app. It's how they make money. They don't care whether it's up, down, or sideways. They're encouraging you to just trade. That's why they even do all these things now where you can predict and gamble and so on and so forth. That shouldn't even be on the app, in my opinion. It shouldn't be. It's encouraging people just to trade and do stuff. And if they do stuff, they make money. Okay, so they simplify things. Also, it encourages people to focus on the price. The price is also the wrong thing. Because hang on a minute, why is it not a good price now when it was a good price when Meet Kevin was saying buy it at $100 and $200? Price means nothing. People focus on the momentum and then they focus on the price, whether it's positive or negative in this case, and don't understand it. What you should be doing is this, and I can provide you the tools to do it. So the two tools that I'm going to use, one of them I can't give you. One of them is human relationships. I talk to people, CEOs all the time. I understand businesses. I understand hedge fund managers. I understand Wall Street managers. I talk to them. I can't share that with you because that's real human connections. You've got to make your own. Sorry, but the world is the way it is. But I can share with you some software that I use to enable me to look at the real numbers. The real numbers. So I'm going to give you in the chat now Seeking Alpha and Alpha Spread. You should get these because the Alpha Spread is just a couple of bucks a month. I got a deal with the CEO. I know him personally. So you get a deal so good, it makes my membership for free. And Seeking Alpha can be thousands of dollars, but with my referral, you get a free trial and you get a discount. You can't get either of those without my referral. Just worth letting you know. So 2 things. Let me show you a bit of alpha spread first of all. The things that people don't focus on. So first of all, the intrinsic valuation is $76. We're currently at $33, and this is an accurate number today. This is based upon its future earnings. This is important. Where it's going, its current customers, what they're buying right now, what will be in the next earnings call. This is good. No one looks at that. That's not on Robinhood. You got to dig a little bit deeper for that. You got to use the software that I'm providing you. Scroll down. Look at revenue moving up. We had this when we had this sell-off, and when solar lost favor, and now it's steadily moving up. Not much at the moment, but steadily moving up. What about operating income? That is about to explode. Net income, it's about to explode. No one's paying attention to it. Let me show you the balance sheet. The balance sheet. Now, this is important. This company has a very unique margin. What's a margin? A margin is a moat. The moat is around the business. The greater the margin, the greater the profits, the more they can crush the competition. The way Enphase Energy is structured, it's not like most other solar companies. It can survive when there's a downturn. Its margins are very, very high compared to the competition. So despite the downturn, despite the lack of revenue at the moment and the whole industry on a decline, other businesses will go bust. The solar industry will become more focused, and when it takes off again, Enphase will be left and they will boom. This is the very strategy that Warren Buffett employs. He finds businesses that are great, that are undervalued, that are crushing the competition, and they're waiting for their moment in the sun. Okay, the balance sheet. Now, because there's such a downturn, it's not the greatest time for the balance sheet. However, if I show you the competition, other solar businesses, their balance sheets are on the edge of bankruptcy at the moment. But let me show you the balance sheet and what it really means for Enphase Energy. First of all, the gross margin, 48%. Net margin, 11%. The competition are around about the 4 and the 5. So Enphase Energy can sell less. They don't have to worry. They're making money. And the competition go away, especially with interest rates being high. They've got high debts. Enphase don't. They are in a good position. But let me show you this. This is important. The profitability at the moment in a bad downturn is 56%. At 60, we turn green. So they're not making huge money, but they are making money. Other solar businesses are losing money. What about the solvency? Can you buy it knowing it's not going to go bankrupt? Not many solar companies you can buy right now because their solvency score would be low. Our solvency score is 68. 68 is a great solvency score in a downturn. It's a great solvency score. This will go back up to 80 and 90 when we start turning up again. All positive, high interest rate coverage, negative net debt, low DE, and short-term solvency. All good. This business is in a strong position and can remain in business during the downturn. The downside, 14% from here, worst case scenario. We're not in a worst case scenario. Interest rates will be coming down. And when they do, the catalyst will be up. Look, 54% upside on average, 174% forecast on the highest end. Enphase Energy is a good business. And lastly, I'm going to show you the information that led me to make this video. When Keneal said to me, how does that compare to the 26.31, the lagging, pointless, useless indicator that retail investors who buy this stock are focusing on? They are not looking at this one. And this is on Seeking Alpha. You can also do your own calculations, which I like to do off air, but I will share this for you right here. The forward PE is 12.78. 12.78. Look at that, folks. That is half the price of the current S&P 500 in a growth stock that has a good balance sheet. If that is not a buy signal, and this is not financial advice, I'm not telling you to do it, I don't know what is. 12.78. And look at what else we get. We get people that followed me, Kevin, in the momentum trade, buying on the way up when someone is telling you to buy it because they're sponsored to do it. I take no sponsorship from anyone. And look, there's a short interest of 20%. So with all this short pressure, we are also in a short squeeze territory. All we need is one sign from someone to say the solar industry is turning down, and that is interest rates coming down. They will be coming down, and when they come down, this will be a short squeeze, this will fly up, and the stock will go up. So, in answer to Keneal, who said, how does it compare? The lagging indicator is useless. It tells you nothing. It tells you from the last earnings where we were. I am an investor and I'm looking at where we are going. And where we are going is what is of interest to me, not where we were. So, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, and as Dan Penner would say, there's nothing humble about me. You believe what you believe. You either follow people on YouTube who buy on the way up, and they're sponsored and they're excited and they got all the goods and they're getting paid and all the rest of it. Or you don't focus on price. You don't focus on momentum. You actually focus on the numbers, the balance sheet, what Warren Buffett eats for breakfast, what I eat for breakfast. And in that case, you would conclude, in my humble opinion, and there's nothing humble about me, that PE ratio forward is 12.78. That tells me it's a great buy. The rest is up to you. Not financial advice. I'm not here to pump and dump it. I'm not paid by anyone. I'm not sponsored by anyone. But you got to look at numbers. Take advantage of my referrals. Get yourself some free trials. Learn what balance sheets really mean. Learn what forward indicators really mean. And make informed decisions. Not momentum trades, not hype, not drama. All the links will be below if you're watching on X. For those that are watching on YouTube, I'll put all the links here above my head, down below in the description, and also pinned to the comments. On X, I'll put all these links for you in the description or in the post. But for YouTube, I shall put my end phase energy playlist up here, and down here $1,000 of money I'm going to give away. Why? Because I'm making money and I can afford to give money away. We're giving away $1,000 of XRP live on the show. That's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. Be an informed investor. The rest is up to you. Take care of yourselves and each other. All right, then. I shall put that out. Not just this minute. I'm going to end the show shortly. Let's have a look. Let me go to the comments. Brand new crypto. Most people are tough enough to be in investing. Most people aren't tough enough. All in space, holding up. It takes conviction. Bitcoin needs to hold. What a show. Best thing to do is research the crypto. Yeah, thank you. I do understand. I love a better understanding of tax lots, Martin. Yes. You'd love to know more about tax lots. Okay. Minute Farm. I get 4% a month compounding flare. Martin already has videos on how to handle. Have I got that? Have I got that? Let me have a look. Thank you, Vanessa. I forgot I have that. I probably do. Martyn Lucas, investor. And you can always type these things in yourself. Investor, tax lots. Martyn Lucas, investor, tax lots. Here we go. So I'm going to give everyone this video here because there's several of you. Casey wants to know about tax lots, how to trade it and always win. So does Matthew. So look, how to always win. XRP and Bitcoin. How to always win. The tax lot strategy to beat Bitcoin and XRP dips. There's one. I'll give you that one now. Did I have any other ones? Global fear, XRP, tax lots. I think that's the tax lots one. Yeah, there you go. Let me give you the link to that. Okay, here's the tax lots video because it applies to crypto as well. So let me give you now. Here we go. Tax lots video. How to always win. And I'm not exaggerating at all. How to always win. There's no reason to ever lose. All right, there you go. I pinned it to the top. Thank you, Vanessa, for reminding me. I appreciate it. I'm ugly, so I'm ugly, so I can't. We're all ugly. We're all beautiful. Just call in. It don't matter. A lot of selling of the market. Seize the day. Jesus loves you, Martin, even though you don't. Thank you very much. That's very nice of you. Learn about Lee Strobel and the case. A book on Amazon. He went on his disapproved. Thank you for that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Martin, you always gives me hope. Always. It's always. This is what the show's about. Always. Let's look at our crypto. Yeah, it's holding. I'm okay with that. What happens when you don't have to laugh? You end up arguing with a troll. It's just a way of entertaining. I hate these alts. I think there's so many people getting into crypto. They automatically think they crypto. Yeah. Gorilla been acting like a yo-yo last couple of days. Yes. I understand. You think you do, you don't. Right? What time CPI data out? We've just covered it. I'll say it because it gets frustrating. You're always doing your best, Martin. Truth is you can't make everyone happy. That is true. Been researching. I'm a follower of you and saw your video on this in the past. Do you ever do additional reviews of this stock? Yes. If you are a member, for $5, you can order a review and I make full review videos. Thank you. They produce too much electric. They are producing too much electricity by wind farms in Scotland, and they're paid they are paid to shut them down. Well, how can you produce too much electric? How does that work? I feel like solar's cheaper and more space efficient, right? And more space efficient. I don't know the science behind that, which is best. When I mentioned that the wind farms kill the birds, that sounds a bit like propaganda. Yeah, I mean, Donald Trump said wind farms are rubbish because they kill birds. Cars kill birds. Houses kill birds. Foxes kill birds. People with guns kill birds. Lots of stuff there that doesn't get banned that kills birds. Do you need a base load, which ideally nuclear, and then switch on and off? Solar is extra, is not predictable. No, that's not true. That's not true at all. I've got solar, and you put a Tesla battery, it works 24/7. What's unpredictable about the sun? It comes up every day. It used to be direct sunlight. Now it's ambient light. Even with clouds, it works. There's ambient light in the sky every single day. And if there isn't, the world's come to an end, so don't worry about it. Solar is extremely predictable. And if you have a battery to store it at night, 100%, 24/7, always got power. How much more predictable than you want the sun's going to come up? Sun's going to come up. The market is good at teaching harsh lessons. They'll figure it out. Say the numbers myself, wait along. When they say that about wind farms are killing the birds, it sounds like propaganda. It's silly, really. I'm not against wind power, but I will say you can recycle the wind farms after Mia too. You can recycle the windmills after they're too old to operate anymore. Do you mean you can't recycle them? China has the biggest wind farm off in the world. I think you'll find the North Sea. I may be wrong. Maybe it's changed. There was the biggest in the North Sea off England, off Scotland. Maybe it's changed, but it was. Maybe it's the second biggest now. I don't know. I don't think you're an expert. Sorry. Perhaps a deep dive on energy production should be on the cards. I don't think you're an expert. Sorry. Perhaps a deep dive on energy production should be on the cards. It's a good idea. We've had lots of solar fields being made in my areas just this year. Space is moving up. Great. Can you check Archer, please? Yes, we've got an Archer special coming up for you in a minute. Literally, an Archer special. You're going to love it. Are you done talking about D-Nut? No. I will cover it again if anyone wants me to. I use Schwab as well. Robinhood is so much easier to use. Yeah, that's why I like it. I use Robinhood and Webull. I'm thinking of moving my Webull to Robinhood for the 1% match. Makes sense. Just do not know how long the transfer takes. It's pretty quick. Does it really matter how long it takes? They have a lot of problems. Who has a lot of problems? Good morning. What's Coinbase and Robinhood's best feature? What's Coinbase? I don't know what Coinbase. I don't use it. What's Robinhood's best feature? Simplicity and a 3% cashback where you can get paid instantly. Let me tell you about that. I go into a shop, I buy something on my credit card, I even pay my UK bills. I even pay my council tax in England on my Robinhood Gold card. Can you believe it? Because there's no transaction fees. There's no the exchange rate is the XE rate, which is the neutral rate, which is fantastic. So I even pay my UK bills on my Robinhood Gold card and I get 3% cash back. Now, I don't get it back in 3 weeks, a month like Bank of America. I get it back instantly. The same second the payment goes out. The same second. And within 1 second, I transfer that money onto my Robinhood account. And I earn 4% on it. I mean, how could you get better than that? If there was only one feature, that would be it. And you have to have a Robinhood Gold account to be able to have that. So I don't know what's better. I don't know what's better. It's absolutely ridiculously nuts. Absolutely nuts. And if I had a payment coming in right now, I will show you because I've got my Robinhood Gold card right here. And if I get a payment, if I get a payment right now, I'll do it for you live on the show and you'll see it. It's ridiculous. It's just brilliant. The problem with Enphase, it just keeps falling. And they sell it, is the black box converter thing. I don't know. And all they sell is the black box. No, it's not. It's not all they sell is the inverter. They don't just sell inverters. And inverters are very important, by the way, because without inverters, your solar system is in parallel rather than series. It's rubbish. You've got to have an in-series solar. Otherwise, if one solar panel fails, the whole lot's down. What Enphase does, like Solar Edge, but I think they've gone bust, haven't they? They didn't have the margins. They did a different business model. It keeps all of your solar working perfectly. I can even show you that in real time of my house right now in the UK. I can show you that one of the panels is down and yet my system is still working optimally because I've got the in-series inverters. Inverters are everything. How good is Seals? I don't know. I've never looked at it. Robinhood over 1 trillion, and that's over a 200 stock. Maybe Archer is finally reversing. I've got big news for Archer in a minute. You buy when nobody is buying and sell. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's selling at Enphase now. It's a big mistake. I literally add 1,200 shares at 10.02 and holding the future price like Martin. You have to set yourself up for the next big sector. That's right. That's why I've been buying Coca-Cola. Look, the S&P is now trimming. I know what comes next. Or at least I hope I know what comes next. Buffett left the market and went into Japanese stocks, and everyone was wondering what he knew. But Warren and others have been setting up for the next sector. Hang on a minute. When you say Warren Buffett left the market, that's not true. He still has 55% of his money in equities, US equities. When he sold his S&P, when he sold VU and SPY, it was 0.01% of his entire portfolio. So he holds cash, a huge amount of cash, but he still has 55% invested in American businesses. Important to remember that. Enphase forward PE looks cheap, but it's under pressure. Demand is weak. Good. That's when you buy it then, isn't it? Demand is weak. Channel inventory still high and margins are falling. If EPS drops, the PE jumps fast. Not touching it yet. I don't agree with you. I would be laddering in. If I was buying individual stocks, that's what I'd buy, but I only buy the S&P. The postman was asking about you. Here he is. Our postie man was in earlier, giving me a hard time again. And, he's still in. He's still in. Postie, are you here? Yep, he's still watching. He can't help but watch. He doesn't like the show. Look at that. I've just put in, are you here in the chat? The postman hates my show, but he watches it like Fight Channel all day, every day. They hate it, but they watch it all day, every day. And he was asking about you. He was trying to sort of say, well, where's Alex gone? Like, you know, it's terrible. Alex is gone, so the show's fallen apart. Alex is here, and I told him about your work strategy and that you're working different hours. You'll need to group helpful videos together on YouTube. You'll need to group helpful videos together on YouTube. What do you mean? I already did that. What do you mean? I already do that. Let me show you. I need to group videos together on YouTube. You've just said. Revved up biker. You need to group videos together. Well, first of all, if you go into the search at the top and you type in Martyn on YouTube, Martyn Lucas Investor, any ticker symbol you want, I've probably done a review on it. If you type Martyn Lucas Investor, XRP, Martyn Lucas Investor, tax lots, Martyn Lucas Investor, margin call, it's all there for you. I've made 7,800 videos. I've also got playlists for every single stock I've ever done. And there's hundreds of them. Look, they're the playlists. Playlists on every stock. Galaxy, CEG, PRZO, MTX, CAN, RGC, Crypto, LLLY, BP, HOVR, EH, Vail, GEPQ. I mean, every single stock ever. GGP, Ondo. Oh, look, ARB. Hundreds. And you can also search for the ones I've recently done. So today, my Enphase Energy will be in the Enphase video, Enphase playlist. So you go here, you go sort by last video added. There you go. And these are the ones that are most active right now. Ripple, live shows, Bitcoin, Sensei, my podcast. I've got a podcast. I don't know if you knew that. Opening Bell, Joby, Vertical Aerospace, Archer. We've just put an Archer video out, Robinhood. So, and look, Parazero. These are all my latest ones. So as soon as I put Enphase Energy out today, it'll be right up here in the Enphase playlist. You see that? In fact, there it is. Enphase Energy. Right there. So that'll be there. That'll go to the top later on because I will be dropping a video in. So I've already done that. Sold all my LB Landbridge oil. Very nice. I'll be singing autographs. I'll be signing autographs after the show. I love it. Oracle looking good. Birds aren't real. They're robots. Oh, I knew it. Wind farms had to be subsidized by the government. They aren't as efficient and they aren't an energy efficient source. I don't agree. I know people who've got them, who use them, and they tell me, they show me, they earn money. It's like my solar. I could show you how much money I've earned on solar, Not only does it cover my electric, it also earns me money. So it does make money. Will anyone think of the turkeys? I'm not sure I know what that means. Thank you, Stephen, for your oil information. There's our oil man. Yeah, meant to say can't buy it again and still they have a lot of pros. I like the new name, Stephen. Yeah, meant to say can't buy again. I still think they have a lot of pros. I like the new name. The Chinese and Indians have so many people. They could just have people spin wheels to generate. Okay. Also, not trying to bug you, but I know it's hectic and very busy, but I want to make sure you saw my review request. Seth Houston, can you repeat it for me, please? Hi, Alex. Where is it available? I don't see their website. Where is it available? What do you mean? How much is a gold member for Robinhood? $5 a month. The credit card seems like it's phenomenal. And if you go onto Robinhood app, if you want Robinhood, there's my referral. Robinhood USA, Robinhood UK, you get free shares. Go gold. I now do it per year. It's $60 a year. It pays for itself just for the cash back. I mean, it's crazy. It's the best deal there is. Martyn, will you give us the Archer news? Yes. Wait on a second. I'm nearly through. How do I know I have? How do I know if I have any tickets? What, for the giveaway? It tells you when you do it. How could you not know? MartynLucas.com. Here we go. Let me put this in here. Here's a giveaway. XRP, $1,000. Why do I keep doing that? $1,000 give away. There you go. We got Archer news coming up in a minute. We're about to do it live for you. There's the pin. So when you go to the competition page, there it is in the chat, MartynLucas.com giveaway. You scroll down. How do you know how many tickets you've got? Well, if you click these and do these things, right at the top, it will say your entries. I've got none because I can't enter, can I? If I clicked on one right now, if I followed me on X, which obviously I could do, I get 100 tickets. Right at the top, it will say I have 100 tickets. So that's it. Lots of work, to be honest. Hardly have any free time. I understand that, Alex. Love to have you here. Hope all is well. When I see all your playlists now. Apologies. Not at all. Don't apologise. You didn't know. Now you do. Martyn, how do you hear about Novo Nordisk? I think it's still a good stock to buy. I've got no thoughts on that one. I haven't reviewed it for a while. I could review it again. JJ, my friend, I hope you're well. Blimey, there's a lot. Yes, there is a lot. I've made a lot of videos. I've been live for 4 years, 12 hours a day, covered hundreds of things, thousands. Alex, I'm going on vacation tomorrow with grandkids. That's nice. When's the Rooster show? Review. Review. There you go. BYRN. Shall we do a review show tomorrow? Members only. If in the chat you want a members only review show tomorrow, let me know. What was your super chat? What was the super chat? Oh, $10. This sounds brilliant. Okay. God, here we go again. I take you on about the world piano man because there's never been another world piano man. No evidence. Oh my God. No evidence. And it's worthless title on that basis. Sorry, but just saying what I see. Hang on a minute. We have a cracking conversation. You see, folks? Me and the postman are having a conversation. You see? You see how I talk to the man at the back of the room? Sorry, I just saying what I see. Now we have polite. Now we have sorry. Now we have a conversation. Was it worth talking to the postman? Yes, it was. Okay, Mr. Postman. So I am the world piano man. as voted by Sir Elton John. It's a personal comment from Sir Elton John. There is no certificate. There is no, I don't know, evidence to you that I can show you. All I can tell you is I was named the World Piano Man by Sir Elton John when he walked on the stage when I was performing at Euro Disney Paris, and he gave me the title. He said, Martyn, you are the World Piano Man. At that point, I toured all over the world. I played in nearly every country of the world, and I've been part of his Top Hat and Tiara parties. I've toured all over the world with my Vegas show. I've had that title that's been my title for about 10, 15 years. And it's been seen at the Blackpool Grand, which is the most famous theatre in Britain. The Mayflower Theatre, which is probably the second most famous theatre, where all the West End shows like Phantom of the Opera start their tours. That's in Southampton. I'll show you that now. And I've had this title given to me by Sir Elton, and it's been my trademark for many, many years. I'm sorry that you can't find a picture on it, but you know, there are I don't know. I mean, you can see it on thousands of posters outside hundreds of theatres over 8 years, if you want to go and research that. I'll give you a bit of, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm doing it because he's talking nice. So what the hell? So Martyn Lucas. One night in Vegas. So this here, let me show you this. I want to show you this. So this here, what you're looking at here, let me just pause it. So this is me playing at the Mayflower Theatre. The Mayflower Theatre is in Southampton. It's the #1 theatre in, the #2 theatre, variety theatre in Britain. And it's where the West End shows like Phantom, Les Miserables start their tours. Okay? And this orchestra playing behind me is musicians from the British Philharmonic Orchestra. See this band here? This is the British Philharmonic Orchestra, and these are my Vegas showgirls, and this is the band that plays behind Tom Jones, Andre Bocelli, and so on and so forth. And the musical director, whose name I'm going to leave out of this, I don't want to bring him into all this, the musical director on the stage right there, playing the trombone, he's the musical director, has been for Tom Jones and Elton John. He's done all his Top Hat and Tiara events, so, you know, we're all connected here. And this is me doing the Mayflower show in Southampton. All right. So, you know, this is a big theatre. There's all my showgirls coming on the stage now. This isn't make-believe. This isn't, I mean, this is really me. This is my Vegas show. And the mayor of Vegas, the mayor of Las Vegas wanted to buy onenightinvegas.co.uk. They wanted to buy the domain name and put my show on in Vegas. And I turned it down. They wanted to buy the domain name. And it was a really quite exciting part of my career. But anyway, that's all I've got for you. I've got thousands of videos from thousands of theatres all over the world. Posters outside the Blackpool Grand, where I followed Les Miserables, by the way. Les Miserables were on the Saturday. Joe Longthorne was on the Sunday, and I was on the Easter Monday. And that is the most famous variety theatre in probably... certainly in England, many would say the world. The Beatles have played there, Royal Command performances, stuff like that. Bob Hope played there. And there it is. So it doesn't matter whether you believe me or not, or whether you can prove it or not. I don't know why you spend your life on this subject, but, you know, there you go. So anyway, yes, members only. Yeah, tomorrow I'll do it then. Archer News. Yep, it starts in a minute. We've got a live Archer News show. But with all due respect, Thank you. It's a self-proclaimed title. No, it's not. It's a quote from Sir Elton John. The stuff outside theatres is based, hang on. The stuff outside theatres is based on what you want people to know you as. The stuff outside theatres is based on what you want people. You do realise, right, that I've played in the best theatres in Britain and around the world. You can't just make up stuff. I hired the British Philharmonic Orchestra, the most famous orchestra in the world. You can't just make up stuff. Okay. You believe what you want, mate. Carry on doing what you're doing. I don't know. I don't go on forever like this. All right. Anyway. Oh God, Posty, give it up. He won't give it up. He's gone forever. Good morning, Yassine. Good morning. I don't know what the point of it is. Can't just make it up, mate. Let me show you this. I've got loads of little things. The only reason why I'm doing this is I'm waiting for our Archer event to start. We've got a live Archer event. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this up for you. Look at this. I can actually show you the pictures, but I'm not going to show personal pictures because Top Hat and Tiara parties for Elton John are private, and I ain't showing you just because you asked me to. There are certain pictures I can show and certain pictures I can't show. And I'm not showing you private pictures taken at private parties that I'm not in rights to share with you. Right. So, okay. I'm just going to show, hang on, that one there. Okay. You say you could just make stuff up. You can just put stuff up anywhere. Well, you can't just make stuff up, all right? You're being hired by the best theatres in the world, all right? The best directors in the world. This is our show here. Can you see that? This is One Night in Vegas at the Blackpool Grand Theatre. Full West End cast. West End, you've heard of West End, Phantom of the Opera. We've got a West End cast. I just made it up, all right? I made all that up. And you can see there's the show we're on. And we've got 42nd Street with Paul Nicholas. This is the official West End tour on at the same theatre. So I think the theatre like to book, good shows. They don't make it up. We've got Aida. Is it Tosca? This is Tosca. This is like the Royal Opera Company. This is in the same theatre that I'm on, right? Martyn Lucas, One Night in Vegas. This isn't made up. I can't just make this up just because it sounds good, right? There's the Blackpool Theatre, most famous variety theatre probably in the world, right? There was my lorry at the time. Oh, here's something. How can I zoom into this? This is an important thing. I want to share this with you. I just can't share you my private photographs from private parties. And I'm sorry that you don't like it, but I just can't. All right. See there, look. Outstanding showmanship. First class presentation. That was a quote from the BBC. That was a guy called Michael Townsend. Michael Townsend was the director for the London Palladium. Now, that is the most famous theatre in the world. He came to see me at the Epsom Playhouse. The Epsom Playhouse is in Epsom, the Royal Epsom Playhouse. And they gave me a quote, and I was invited to play at the London Palladium. Most famous. Now, that is the most famous theatre in the world. All right? Yeah. Anyway, I hope by spending all this time that you might now go, all right, I'm happy. Not that I have to justify myself to you, but it would be nice if you just finally just said, okay. Not that it makes any difference. Just be nice. Can't wait for the trade my wife for a new model. Just Google his name and go, yeah, you can, yeah. Morning. Oh, Leah's in the chat. Hi, Martin. You are right. Sorry, Robert, for blocking your comment. Martyn Lucas' talent is so evident he blows his mind. Respect our family. Google eyes. There you go. Right. I don't know what he wants to say to that. I don't even know why I care. Right. Let's done with it now. What we're going to do now is we have a special event. Let me just see if he's ready. Are you ready? Here you go. Okay, so we are about to start a special show for you. That's lined up live. The Palladium is nice, just we'd had more leg room for tall people on the seats. Morning, Zachzite. So, you want the news on Archer. We're about to get it. So, I'm going to set you up on this one. This is about to go live. I'm just waiting. Okay, we got 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So I'm just going to make sure that's all good to go. We have a special vertical aerospace and Archer aerospace. It's going to be huge today. And I can't wait to be able to talk to Vaz about this off air. So Vaz, if you're listening, I want to talk to you later on today. I've got some really, really exciting news, mate, for you. So let me give you the link now. Has everyone entered the giveaway? And this is next. This is a live show. It's about to happen in a minute. Here, we put it in here. Okay. What is this? So, live special next. Okay, I'll show you in a minute what it is. Live special next. There it is. Let me make sure the show goes to it. I think it does. Coming. Upcoming. We've got the MicroStrategy earnings as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this one go back to this one. Okay. And then this one. Go to here. Yes, it does. A few minutes. Spot on. Yes. Good. Right. So we have this event about to happen in a minute. This is a live special from Vaz on Archer. Trix Hugh, where is the news for the Archer? Trix, you're not a member of my channel. So, you know, I have to serve my members first, right? You keep asking for this. I'm giving it to you, but just be nice about it. You keep asking over and over again. Where's the Archer news? I want Archer news. I want Archer news. Well, you know, you're not a member of the channel, right? You're just coming into my world, and this is my home, and I'm just sharing it with you. So please just be patient. But in a minute, in 13 minutes from now, you're going to have all the Archer news and all the vertical aerospace and all the eVTOL news you could possibly wish for in a special that we've set up for you. All right? So you'll be able to watch this for free. You don't have to be a member or anything. Just stand by a minute. All right. Okay. Now you can see the overall markets are selling off. Our Roth IRA Coca-Cola is going back up. Hate to say it, but what will happen now is in a minute, I will sell. No, I don't hate to say it because I'm right. Just takes time. I will sell my Coca-Cola for a profit and I will buy an even better S&P because the S&P now has two businesses, Microsoft and Meta, who have outperformed. So I more want to buy the S&P than ever before. So the S&P is now selling off because people are taking profits and Coca-Cola is going up quickly. It's oversold. Money is moving back out and rotating. As soon as it makes a profit, I don't even need to make much. I don't need to make any money, just a wash. I can sell my Coca-Cola on my Roth IRA. I will then either make a profit. I'll probably set a stop trail order if it starts to build momentum, and I will buy the S&P, which is now falling on good news. So again, if you're watching, anyone that wants to criticize me, that's fine, but I will win again. So that'll be 42 trades, 41 wins. I'm just going to wait. It's not there yet, but it's on the way. Thank you, Martyn. I'm sorry. I'm a big fan of it. That's okay. I understand that. I just wanted to explain because I have to prioritize members and so on and so forth. All right. I'm really glad to be here. Maybe later I will buy the membership. Yeah, no problem at all. You don't have to buy a membership. Membership provides you benefits you might not want. Can I enter live? Can you call live? We're just coming to the end of the show now, Safa, I'm afraid. Yes, as a member, you can always call in, but there's no point calling in now because I'm about to end the show. So no, we're just about to end the show right now. Anyway, we're waiting for our position of Coca-Cola to go up. So while I'm waiting for Vaz's show to start, I'm going to do the MicroStrategy video. Okay, here we go. MicroStrategy. The new IPO, Figma. It opened this morning. They rang the bell. Takes about 3 hours before you see it on the market. So if you're asking about Figma, they rang the bell this morning. They IPO today. Takes another sort of maybe half an hour before you'll be able to openly trade it on the stock market. It's already there. It's behind the scenes right now in the initial public offering. But you'll be able to trade it as soon as it's available, which will be in about the next half an hour. Sometimes takes until midday, which could be another hour and a half, but it doesn't come out straight away. I hope that answers your question. All right, so let me do this. MicroStrategy. Micah Saylor is live on the show tonight. Yep, we're covering the earnings. MicroStrategy after hours tonight. It's going up. Our favorite Bitcoin whaler. He'll be whaling for about 2-3 hours. If you've covered the earnings before, oh dear, you will know. It could be blind. It could blind you. I might need to go and take a little nap before it happens because it will be very complicated. He'll go on for hours. But if you like Bitcoin, you cannot afford to not watch it. So that's happening tonight. If you're watching me on X, I'll put the link below so you can join us for the MicroStrategy earnings. It was requested by one of our members. One of the perks of being a member, you can request these things and be get an earnings call and an analysis just for you. So join me after hours tonight for MicroStrategy. I'll give you the links now and our giveaway. We're giving away $1,000 of XRP. If you like crypto, you'll like this. $1,000 of XRP, which you can sell for Bitcoin or cash cash, or whatever you like. This is happening tonight. So click above my head for all the links on YouTube, down below in the description here, also pinned to the comments. On X, you'll see it in the chat. But over here, I shall put the MicroStrategy event that's happening tonight. And down here, I shall put the competition of giving away $1,000 in cash in XRP, which you can sell for cash, and you can enter, free to enter, free for all. Join me for the MicroStrategy earnings tonight after hours. It's going to be a good one. Take care of yourselves and each other. All right. We'll put that out in a little bit. ENPH and then MSTR. MicroStrategy, whichever you like. All right, back to here a minute. Markets are selling off. Lovely. Roth IRA is going up. Coca-Cola, nearly there. Nearly there. Yep, it's going up quickly now. Money's moving straight back into my hand. All you've got to do is wait. Have patience. You will win. You've just got to buy quality, buy it under value, and wait. The market will always deliver it to you. If you buy rubbish, you get rubbish. If you associate with rubbish, you get rubbish. If you associate with winners, you get winners. Simple as that. Okay? But it's also important to put out the rubbish too, if you understand my meanings. So we're waiting for Coca-Cola to go up. It's gaining momentum. And as soon as it does, even for a wash, what I hope to happen is I will put a stop trail order. Once it goes green, it will rally at maybe 1%. I'll make maybe $300 or $400 profit. Then I'll buy the S&P 500, which is now better value than before because of Microsoft and Meta. So I will win again, and it'll be 42 trades, 41 wins. We just got to give it some time. So there we go. Now, if you've just tuned in today, we've got a special starting in 7 minutes from now. It's Vaz. Yesterday, Vaz brought us some news on Archer, Vertical Aerospace, Joby, and it was his best ever video. The premiere was packed. He had a great audience. It was absolutely fantastic. And this is the new emerging sector. Let me bring on the screen one of the stocks he'll be talking about, which is Archer Aviation. They're about to report on earnings, and we've got all the information that you need going into that earnings. You can see the stock is up today, despite tech being sold down. Down this week. Is it a time to buy? Look at that for a pop. There you go. Archer Aviation. That comes up in just a couple of moments. Let me read your comments. Michael is an AI. S&P higher than yesterday. Coca-Cola lower than yesterday. Stop duping these viewers. The S&P, oh God, I can't be bothered. Who's this now? Oh, the World Piano Man myth. All right. I shared private information. I gave it my best shot. Still doesn't want to know. Still wants to be rude. Still wants to gain notoriety for himself. So I give up. Sometimes you got to know when to walk away. Thank you, Leah. I am going to, hide from the channel. He's gone. There we go. Yeah. The World Piano Man myth, go away. Yeah, he's gone. We blocked him. Now it's obvious that they don't want to listen. They don't want to learn. They don't want to have a discussion. They don't want to be part of something. They just want to keep going on to get nothing. So we gave them some airtime, and now we're bored. So back to here. The S&P is going down. The S&P now has a greater value than before because Meta and Microsoft have outperformed, and we know full well that Nvidia is now going to perform. So the S&P has greater value. So as the S&P sells off and Coca-Cola goes up, I can sell Coca-Cola and I can buy back the S&P. All is good. We're just a couple of moments away. We're just waiting for Vaz to give me the go. This is a live event about to happen. I'm going to send you all there. Let me know when good. All right, and once Vaz gives me the go sign, which will be any moment now, we will. Sorry, I was on a break. Thanks, Leah. Thank you very much, Stacey. Appreciate that very much. All right, we're about to send you over to this event. Vaz will let me know when he's good to go in a couple of moments. I will be back with the MicroStrategy earnings tonight. Hey, Martin, have you ever crossed paths with Michael Chapdelaine? Michael Chapdelaine. The name sounds familiar, but I can't remember. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. Terry Rose, good afternoon to you. So the market going down, keep going down. Coca-Cola is just trimming again. We'll see. Give it some time. Let's look at our crypto. Crypto's also going down. I'm down 3.9 on my XRP. It's not cheap enough for me to buy. I have to go way below 3, round about the 2 to buy more. And Bitcoin is very strong, holding very well. And again, I don't need to buy any more Bitcoin. I've got all the Bitcoin I need. I asked Sensei last night, I said, have I got as much crypto as you now? You're the crypto man. He said, yeah, you probably got more now. How did you manage that? It took me 4 years. It took you like 5 minutes. Yeah, he's right. Look at my crypto, $17,000 now. You just got to wait until September, October. It doesn't matter about the price where you enter. It's about being in when it goes up. It's about buying when you recognize that it's going to go higher. That's all this game is. Is Bitcoin going to go higher than where it is today? Then if the answer is yes, then you can buy it, can't you? Doesn't matter. Well, you should have bought it at this. You should have bought it at 10 cents. You can't buy it at 10. You're never going to buy it at 10 cents. It's never going to go to $10,000. It might go to $50,000, but if it does, you just buy more at that level, don't you? But there you go. But as long as you can live with it dropping that quick. Good morning, Cool. Why the markets are dropping? Some news. No, it's essentially exactly what the market should do. Last night we had a great earnings from Microsoft and Meta. Everybody overbought it, and now they're trimming it and taking profit. And they are starting to move in defensive stocks. It's just rotation. It's all part of the game. So I'm waiting to sell my Coca-Cola and buy back in the S&P. All right. I don't talk a lot, but I listen. I really do appreciate all that you do. Thank you, Denise Bruckner. That's very kind of you. Good afternoon, Martin. How are you? Why are the markets dropping? Some news. What crypto do you hold, Martin? If not too personal. No, you can ask me anything. You can ask me anything. I'll tell you anything. I mean, what do you want to know? I own 2 crypto and 2 alone. I own Bitcoin and XRP. On the screen, it says Doge and Ethereum. There's nothing in there. 0. You just can't clear it all off. It's called crypto dust, apparently. XRP, I have exactly 6,839, 2,217. I'm down $300, but I'm not selling it. I'm happy to own it because I see it going to $10. And I've got Bitcoin as well. And on Bitcoin, I've got $10,000, 272. I'm down $124. Very confident with Bitcoin. Very confident with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, even though we had that $9 billion exit from Satoshi investors, Bitcoin's hardly moved. That's a very, very good sign. Very, very good sign. So, yeah, that's my crypto position, $17,000. Minute and the show starts. Yes, I am just waiting for Vaz to give me the all clear, because I want to go seamlessly from me to him in a live show. Very transparent channel, no BS. Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate it. You're very welcome. How many of each? How many of each? All right. How many of each? How many? All right. Well, you can see there. Bitcoin, I've got 0.08712015. And XRP, I've got 2,217.73318. I don't focus on the price. I don't focus on how many. I invest with money. I invest with money. Money. How much money am I putting in? How much of my hard-earned money am I investing? I don't care how much it buys. It's like buying a share of Berkshire Hathaway at $30,000 or whatever it is. You're not going to get very much of it, are you? But it's how much money I invested. And what I've invested is $17,000. And do I see $17,000 becoming $50,000? And if I don't, I shouldn't do it because they are speculative assets. Neither of them earn any money. They're not like owning a farm where your land produces wheat or corn. They don't make any money. So it's a percentage of my portfolio I can afford to lose. It's like a lottery ticket, but I can see how it would easily go to 50,000. If I didn't, I wouldn't risk a penny. So it doesn't matter what price I paid for it. What matters is how much money I've got on the line of it. That's what I'm focusing on. Thank you for your transparency. You're very, very welcome. Problem is everything is selling. Only holding going up today is Verizon. Defensive and metals going down with everything. That's not good. Have you been in crypto long? Yes, I first entered crypto XRP at 38 cents. I also had Bitcoin, I think around about $8,000. So yeah, I've been in it for a long time. But then I sold it all to go into the S&P to be a transparent channel. Good to go, says Vaz. Good to go. Okay. Wait for my go. So, Vaz is good to go. Are you only buying the FIPS? Do you mean the dips? Am I only buying the dips? I don't buy dips at all. I buy when it's undervalued, but you can't buy undervalue on crypto because you don't know what the value is. I buy undervalue on stocks and shares in the S&P 500. With XRP, I buy ever greater dips, but I don't like to look at it like that, like dips, because dips doesn't mean anything. Dips is focusing on the price action. I'm focusing on other things. What people are saying behind the scenes when I talk to the banks. What are they doing? Are they buying it now? That's all I can go on because there is no valuation. There's no earnings report. There's no balance sheet for this stuff. So it's a bit different. But don't just buy the dips because what's a dip? 1%, 2%? What is a dip? No one knows. Always taking profits, then move to another company, smaller profits, more of them, says Stephen. You answered my question. I didn't word my question well. Apologies. Don't apologize at all. I was asking how many of each crypto you had, which you answered earlier. Thank you once again. My pleasure. Right. We've come to the end of the show. Thank you much indeed. I still didn't write that down. BYRN. I never miss it. It got done in the end. BYRN. There, third on the list. BYRN. There you go. BIYRN, $10. Third on the list. Fourth on the list. I'm going to do a members only day tomorrow. Members only day, and we're going to do reviews tomorrow. Yeah. Vaz is coming. Yes, he is. Thank you. You're welcome. Right, we're good. Now it's time to go over to our Archer and Vertical Aerospace special. Vaz is waiting to go live. Doesn't normally happen this time of the day. We brought you something extra because it's very exciting. And we are now going to send you over to Vaz. This is the event. We're going live there right now. It's pinned to the top. I'm going to give you the link once again. There it is. As we end this stream, it'll take you. Thank you, Martin, as always. No problem. Vaz, I know, Seth, I know it took a while, but we got there in the end. Okay, we're now going over to Vaz's event. It's an EVTOL special. It's a Archer Aviation special. It's Vertical Aerospace special. It's live, unscripted, unedited. You can call in. No, you can't call in, sorry. But you can ask questions live in the chat. And I will be back with the MicroStrategy earnings. Join me for that. I'm watching throughout the day. I'm trying to sell my Coca-Cola to buy back the S&P. It will happen. Just got to have patience. If it doesn't, I happily wait 3 weeks to get the dividends. Right, that's it from me. I'll click above my head down below in the description, over here and over here. I'm not sure there's going to be anything there. Don't know why I'm saying that. But I'm going to now hand you over to Vaz. He's about to go live in 1 minute from now. Enjoy the show. I'll see you back later. Good luck, everyone taking part in the competition. Click above at the top. It'll take you there, or just wait where you are and it'll do it automatically. Enjoy the show. It's going to be a great one. I'm going to be in the chat myself watching this. That's it from me. I'll see you back later. Take care of yourselves and each other.